Excellent.
And welcome once again to In Your Head Wrestling Radio. I'm the internet icon, the pride of the pilgrims, handsome Jackie Jones, the most honest man in all of podcasting, along with my right-hand man, my audio soulmate, and the enforcer of the Hittyverse.
1 inch biceps, the power goat. I'm the man who tells you what to do. The boss baby.
I got my straight edge CM Punk shirt on today.
Yeah, I see that.
I got this from Pro Wrestling Tees this month.
I'm going to go out and say that I am more straight edge than CM Punk.
Whoa. How so? What makes the 1 inch biceps, the OIB, the power goat, the boss baby, even more straighter edge than the straight edge superstar CM Punk?
I have never done an angle on TV where beer is poured down my throat.
Man.
I am more straight edge than CM Punk.
Ah, damn. For years, I've been trying to get right in Inch's throat. Trying to, make him guzzle it down. Beer, I mean. Not you perverts out there. But he has battled it off. He's like, I'm not doing it. The only beer for this kid is the Rudy kind. Rudy Tooty beer.
The Rudy Tooty root beer.
Maybe Birch on special occasions.
Yeah, that's the one with caffeine, right?
I don't know if it does have caffeine. I do like Birch beer though.
I think there's one. Is it Barks or?
Oh no, Birch beer is isn't root beer. It's just a different totally. It's very similar though.
Oh,
you got root beer, you got Birch beer, you have sarsaparilla. They're all very similar.
Oh, I thought you were referencing the one that had like caffeine on it.
Yeah, not a brand
I'm going
name.
to the hard stuff.
Birch beer. If you ever see it, it's very rare nowadays. The Birch beer.
Well,
I recommend it.
Huh. I have to look into that. Let's see.
What we have today? We've got blackberry cucumber unsweetened seltzer. Does that sound good to you, Incher? No?
Sounds great. Let's see.
It is good. What's the matter? What are you looking at, boy?
I had to turn up my volume. You were kind of.
Oh, should I speak up?
No. I think you're fine. I think it was my volume.
Girl, what's going on? Did you watch that there wrestling?
No, I didn't watch no wrestling. I didn't watch Monday Night Raw, but
I didn't either. But because of the internet, a lot of stuff was spoiled for me, which is fine because I'll never watch it. But I mean, I might watch Raw again, but I'm not going to watch this week's episode. But I did see, Incher, the one thing on Raw that I really like, and one of the few things in all of WWE that I like, the Hurt Business, which finally catapulted Bobby Lashley as a legit main event guy, a worthy champion, the first thing to really do that in WWE. Turn this guy's career around. He's got a main event WrestleMania. They've got this money angle going on. So what do you do with it? You end it. They ended the Hurt Business.
They did?
They took him out of the group and they paired him up with so you think the Hurt Business really helped Bobby Lashley? What could be better than the Hurt Business to really help Bobby Lashley's career? Another guy that the crowd has always been behind, Baron Corbin.
Baron Corbin?
Right. So they took him out of the best angle in the best angle in Raw. The best angle is that or Roman Reigns. But the best angle in Raw, take him out of that, and you put him in with a guy that the crowd has never been behind.
Yeah, that's just mind-boggling. Because the thing that was going on, Baron Corbin was kind of feuding with Sami Zayn, and they had this match which was the oddest build up to a match you ever like. It was like the big stinger, like watch and it was like this. It was, let's say, and watch a match between two people that you just don't care about on SmackDown. It was like so weird. So
That's
now
how they built it.
that's how they build it. Like, because I think they're doing it because Sami Zayn's supposed to be this annoying character now, and Baron Corbin was into it, and it was like, man, they're just this is the weirdest like
Yeah, just
stinger
telling
for
your
a match
audience.
I've ever
Even
seen.
so most people don't care about it, especially Baron Corbin. I actually think the other guy's a great heel. But then to tell your audience for some of the people who might just watch and not care, like, hey, you're not supposed to care about this. It's a
Yeah.
very strange build.
So I thought Baron Corbin was a SmackDown talent, so I don't know why he's over on Raw right now. But that's strange. I see Mike B and Stephen Butler. They're in the chat room now. They're saying hello, hello. Galgo 13.
Mikey B,
Mm-hmm.
Stephen B. Are they related? Mikey B and Stephen B.
Mm-hmm.
Go.
Galgo 13 says, but is Incher more straight edge than BM Punk? Bowel movement Punk. BM Punk was a character on the WrestleCrap played by Blade Braxton. Blade recently passed away. R.I.P. Blade. I didn't even know you were sick. I didn't know either, and I did read about that before we started the show tonight. Which it's a real shame that he passed away. I seen him at one of the Days of the Dead that I went to with you.
Yeah.
Jackie.
Yeah, I was friends with him on Facebook, and then it started to pop up, and I know him. I know of him from WrestleCrap, but I also honestly know more from the horror world because I would see him. That was the first time I saw him was at the one we were at, and I've seen him lots of times at conventions since then, and I've interacted with him because he's friends with a lot of people I'm friends with, and he's been in several trauma movies and some other independent horror movies. Like I said, a lot of mutual friends. And I was really shocked. He's my age.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's actually maybe a year younger than me. And did not. He was posting on Facebook the night before. Totally fine to about watching a movie with a buddy of his, and then the next day he's passed away.
Yeah.
I have no idea what happened. It's not our place to speculate, but it's really shocking.
Condolences to his family and
I was reading
R.D. Reynolds
on Facebook too because I'm friends with him, and that not only did they should do a show together, best friends, and it was really sad to read.
Yeah, it's a shame, but I don't know anything here either, so we're not going to speculate. But R.I.P. to Blade Braxton. I didn't really talk to him when we were at the convention. I know I talked to RD a little bit when we were there, but it's a shame, for somebody so young to die like that. So,
yeah.
But no, I'm not BM Punk either. So I think BM Punk's probably more straight edge than me.
That is kind of a battle of BM Punk versus WV. I wonder if straight edge leads to certain things, maybe.
Actually, I'm not owning up to this. This WV stuff that you go on about.
What?
It has no bearings.
I think you should just embrace the WV.
No,
it's a beloved part of the Headyverse. Mm-hmm. It's part of the legend of Incher. It's part of the legend of the show. Like history here.
Galgo 13 brings up WrestleCrap started only a few months after In Your Head, and I love both shows.
Yeah, it went on to big things, and In Your Head just went
WV'd all over the place. But Jackie Jones, let me tell you something. Tom Phillips on Monday Night Raw, he has his new thing. We'll get back to the Bobby Lashley thing, but I just
real quick before forget about Bobby Lashley. My theory why they did this so they can keep black guys wrestling black guys. So now instead of putting all the black guys in one group, now they can fight each other again. That's what WWE likes.
This was like the biggest group for WWE in a long time. And when you tune into the television, it's like, what's some of the things that I'm looking forward to on Monday Night Raw? One was the Hurt Business. I think that's it.
about it. Yeah. Yeah.
When you tune into Monday Night Raw, that's all you look forward to. So it's like, why would they end that?
And it's not like it's been around for years to be like, well, this is going strong, but let's, split it up while there's still interest in it. You know what I mean? It's but really been going strong just like a couple months. Mm-hmm. I don't get it. What are you saying about Phillips, Mel Phillips or somebody?
Yeah, Tom Phillips. He says about Braun Strowman whenever he's running around and doing his whole, bouncing people, he says, when you're on the tracks and the train is coming, you get off. But I say, don't get on the tracks at all. And if you want any proof of this, you can look at Vic Schiavone's post on In Your Head's group page. And it says about a couple that was recently killed.
Yeah,
not too far away from me.
They had to be. They were probably on drugs or drunk.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
It's the only way. I think about you all the time. I'm out walking. I'll come right outside my house, and I can hear if the train's going by, and the train from my house is over a mile away.
Mm.
And then if I'm walking along the road, and the track's a good 100 or 200 feet off the road, I'll have my headphones on, listening to Stephen King, and it's loud way down. I mean, you can hear it from miles away. Yeah. And if you're actually on the track, there's no way you can accidentally be hit by a train unless you're impaired by drugs or blasted out of your mind on alcohol, or if you're like tied up on the track, like, Snidely Whiplash.
That's unfortunate if somebody ties you to the tracks. Yeah. But the Geek Getaway, he says CP Monk was cool. I'm not sure who CP Monk was.
I don't know, but I keep thinking Geek Getaway I keep thinking Taz of the Greek, and I apologize to that man because no one wants to be associated with that guy.
Yeah, really.
The Geek Getaway. What up, Incher? My kid Max says you look like the boss, baby. Ha!
Damn. The boss, baby. That's the second person who's told me, Max. And Jimmy Jam before that. So Jimmy Jam, God rest his soul.
It's too bad Jimmy Jam never made it here to the video show.
I know.
But this is to you, Jimmy Jam. Jimmy the Jam.
But Geek Getaway, Tony, thank you so much. Appreciate it, my man.
Speaking about Tony, I believe the author of Butts and Seats, there's a Tony Schiavone comic book coming out.
Oh, yeah.
And the guy putting that together added me on Facebook, and I think he wants to come on the show and talk about that. So we'll do
excellent. We can do it.
Yeah. And also, this is very cool. New England Pro Wrestling Hall of Famer Knuckles Nelson, who'd wrestled throughout the 90s and into the 2000s here in the New England Independents. He also was an enhancement talent on Raw a few times in WWE television.
Mm-hmm.
He put out a new book, Waking Up from the Wrestling Ring to the Yoga Mat. Brendan Higgins, also known as Knuckles Nelson, sent me a nice autographed copy of his autobiography. To Neil, thank you for the support. See you in the ring, Brendan Knox, 2021. So you can get this book on Amazon. I'm going to be reading this week, and we'll probably have Knuckles Nelson on maybe next week on the show. It'll be fun. Excellent. We'll talk about New England pro wrestling, working on the indies in the 90s and 2000s, and working for WWE television, and then his life outside of the ring. This is like he's DDP in it. He's got his own yoga going on.
Yeah. There's plenty of room for wrestlers and yoga in the world.
Exactly. I met him at New England Pro Wrestling Hall of Fame. He was inducted into the Hall of Fame 2014. I wasn't at that one, but a couple years ago before COVID, me and Vic Schiavone was there, and he was also there, Knuckles Nelson.
Mm-hmm.
Very cool.
Mike B from the chat room, he says, whenever someone talks about murder and train tracks, my mind immediately goes to Billy Jack Haynes.
Bombshell tonight. Do you think maybe this, I'm asking Mikey B, you think this is all a ruse, Mikey B? Incher's planning this in people's minds because his plan is to off me and make it look like I was hit by a train.
That's the laugh that I give whenever you're tied to the tracks. I go,
You can grow a big snidely whiplash mustache. You probably can't grow one like instantly. Just like, just right drawing on.
Just draw it on.
My brother can do that. He actually, for a while, not drawing on, but he was waxing it for a while and was trying to, but it's like too much work, I think, to do that all the time.
I wouldn't want to smell the wax because, like, that's right underneath your nose, Like, you'd probably get sick of it after a while. So,
you get some herb scented wax.
I'll go 13.
I don't currently, but I have been waxing the beard.
Do you try to get it like straight down or just?
No, not totally straight, but kind of pointy, sort of. When I work on it, I can get it kind of pointy, sort of like the Sinister Minister. It's almost there right now, but a little pointier than that. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But to hold the shape, I need to get the wax in it because I've got curly hair.
I'll go 13. I believe I heard Jack on Get in the Ring during the book angle. That's a blast from the past.
Oh, yeah. For people who don't know, quick history lesson. Get in the Ring is where Incher, myself, Tyler, our webmaster, and our third co-host back in the day, Barbie Richards, we all met as wrestling fans. It was, I think, their first community I joined as far as wrestling goes on the internet. And so it was audio wrestling. They had a message board. They had lots of shows. Our favorite was Get in the Ring on there. We're all big Get in the Ring fans. And before In Your Head, they had a contest. If you bought their books, what is it? The Secrets of the Ring, something like that.
Mysteries of Wrestling.
Mysteries of Wrestling Solved. If you bought that, you're entered in a contest. They picked random people to co-host a show. Unfortunately, they did not pick Incher, but they did pick a young Jackie Jones, who wasn't Jack at the time, and I co-hosted a Get in the Ring back in the day.
I'm still jealous to this day. I'm the one who actually read the book. I remember the title.
Jackie Jones. I still never read it. Maybe I should read it.
At this point, what would it matter? But I did learn from the book that Steve Austin has a little bit of a resentment towards Jeff Jarrett.
Yeah, which went on to become common knowledge, but at the time it wasn't.
At the time it wasn't, yeah. But for some reason,
because they solved it. They solved the mystery.
Has anybody ever asked Austin why he doesn't like Jeff Jarrett?
I believe it was something about he was wrestling in Memphis. And they paid him like $50 or something, a small amount. And he was looking at it, and like Jeff Jarrett came in like his fancy car, and he's the son of the owner. And he like looked at him and told him, the more you stare at it, it's not going to grow or something like that.
Yeah.
And I think that always stuck with him.
Good old Double J. Didn't Austin refuse to do like a work with him and stuff? Like,
yeah, because him and from the two that always stand out is him and Billy Gunn were the two guys he turned down working an angle with when he was training.
Well, what did he not like Billy Gunn for?
I think he's just bad wrestler.
Just because he's the ass.
Not
man.
a good. He's not. It's kind of in time, like he's kind of remembered as like this real. He's always athletic, but he's remembered as a better wrestler than he used to be. But back in the day, he was considered one of the worst in-ring guys.
Yeah,
it was always a thing. He was like the only guy they couldn't get that Benoit had a bad match with. He was back before Benoit was known as the Killer. Back when he was known as a good wrestler. I mean,
just the
they
guy
tried to give him lots of singles pushes, but it always was a failure.
The one Billy Gunn. That's fine because he was such a shit as easy.
Maybe Austin knew this back in the day. You and Stone Cold.
That guy's intolerant to people and their heavy bodies. To hell with him.
You and Stone Cold are tight.
Yes.
But speaking of though, unfortunately, I just saw the other day, Road Dogg had a heart attack.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I was reading a little bit about that. That's unfortunate.
Yeah,
His
that's
partner in the New Age Outlaws.
all right. Oh, you didn't know?
Your
So
ass
yeah,
better call somebody.
get well to the Road Dog.
Yeah, for sure. He came on the show once. He was a good dude.
Yeah, both of them did. So did Billy Gunn.
Oh yeah, he was, wasn't he?
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
See, you're always bad mouthing him. You yell at me
He
if I
did
ever
come
say
on the
anything
show.
about someone who's on the show. You're like, but he was on the show. No,
Yeah.
the shoe's on the other foot.
I do kind of have like a rule where if you do the show, then you kind of get a pass. So
Yeah. Yeah, we should go call the prison and say, this rock and roll Buck Zumhoff, he was on In Your Head once.
no, I'm not doing that. No, pass on that. Boy, that was creepy. Really, after the
It was
fact,
even creepy before we knew anything after.
Yeah, even after like we got it, and then you start talking on the interview, and it's like, ooh. Yeah, I was there.
Go 13 Phantom went off on Jack one time. He was like, Jack and fucking off is the guy who did Artria. He was bitching about, and he really foresaw the future though, because he was like, anyone can do a show. But at the time they weren't called podcasts, but we've seen that literally anyone can do a podcast now.
Mm-hmm.
We started all that. We were the first nobodies to do a podcast.
Yeah, that was us.
Squeaky clean Lance Storm can't get a job at the WWE, but good old Double J, who held Vince up for money to drop the IC belt to China, has one.
Jujubee's trying to get Lance Storm like hooked up with some dudes or something. Like she's got
Like this
Dean Malenko and Lance Storm in like a competition.
Who would you rather?
Who would you rather on our message?
She's asking the Headyverse, who would you rather have sexual intercourse with? Dean Malenko or Lance Storm?
Mm-hmm.
So which one who would you rather, get down with?
Probably Lance Storm. He's done the show.
I'm going to say Dean Malenko.
And he got mad at you. Like, because like we were having audio issues. He's like, I don't have all day.
Yeah.
And we're like, can we reschedule? And he's like, you assholes.
And I tried to get him on after that. He wouldn't do it. I also tried to years ago when Fox had contacted me about they want to do that wife swapping reality show.
Oh yeah, I love this story.
And so I asked like several people, and some people were interested. Eric Bischoff was really interested, and we have phone. But anyway, one of the guys' answer was Lance Storm, and Lance he just got like pissed. He was like belligerent. He was like, I'm not one of these guys whose life has gone downhill after wrestling, and I don't need to subjugate my family to make. I was like thinking, God, dude, just say I'm not interested.
Yeah, no suffice.
Offended.
Just say no, buddy.
I remember I didn't even know at the time because at the time I just had asked like a bunch of people that we knew a little bit, from the show. I asked. Devon Dudley was one of the guys, and Devon was like, "Is this a joke? Is this a rib?" He was asking? He thought like some wrestlers put me up to us, and I didn't know, but it was right at the time. His wife, either like someone she thought he had an affair with, or someone he did have an affair with, like had contacted his wife, and this was actually a story in wrestling. I didn't know, and so he thought like it was like some rib wrestlers were playing on him to go and wife swap.
Oops. Yeah. But yeah, you really were contacted by the people from TLC, and they wanted some wrestlers to do that show. So you were just
I remember Bischoff like calling my house because we were really Bischoff was really interested in it, and it was kind of cool having Bischoff just call that, and it was funny though. This is nothing bad against Bischoff, but you could tell like then he kind of thought like I must be some kind of important because he'd be like, "Oh, Neil, yeah, how you doing?" Like we're like longtime buddies and stuff. It was kind of funny to me. But,
although when he was on the show, he was pretty like cool to us.
Oh, he was, yeah, definitely, yeah. So honestly, for the most part, the bigger name people have been. I think, the majority of people have been hard to deal with are like lesser known people.
Mm-hmm. But so but he's going to be inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame.
Yeah, that's cool.
How about that for a segue, huh?
I think that's good. I'm a fan of Bischoff. I've always liked. I think he's a great on their character in both WCW and WWE, and a huge part of WCW and Nitro that really changed wrestling. So that's definitely a guy who deserves it, just like some of the other people going in, like the Great Khali.
Mm-hmm. Definitely the Great Khali. It was kind of fucked up when they inducted the Great Khali. They just said the Great Khali's going in, and they made no big deal about it whatsoever. And then they're like, and Kane's coming in. I was like, poor Great Khali.
Yeah, it's funny to me. All the wrestling fans on the internet are up in arms about Great Khali, and honestly, he's no worse than a lot of the people in there. He was world champion. Like if I sat down and thought a Hall of Fame, he's not going to be in that. But when you look at the other people and that's in the Hall of Fame, it's totally fine. It's the WWE Hall of Fame really has no criteria. It's basically if you ever wrestled for them or not wrestled for them and they're in your hometown or they need something from you. So anyone arguing or debating who deserves it or not, you're just wasting your time. Just either watch it and enjoy it or don't pay attention to it.
It's just a show, yeah. I mean, but the Great Khali, I do feel bad for because he just got his U.S. citizenship. And right after he gets his U.S. citizenship, like I read a story about it and I was like, oh, that's nice for the Great Khali and all that. They fire him.
They love doing that.
It's like he just became a U.S. citizen and you fired him.
I didn't read this, but my mom was telling me because I had just got home before the show. She was reading something. I don't know if it was on she read it somewhere online. So I don't know. It could have been like some made up website or maybe it is some, but she was reading something about Charlotte. She was telling me that Charlotte, it was something like, they said that she failed her test for COVID, like she was COVID positive, but she really isn't.
Well, Ripley said on Raw that she was recovering from COVID.
Yeah, but I don't know. My mom read something that really was all stemming back to her boyfriend. Like they were mad at him because, he wanted out of the contract.
Well, so I heard he asked for his release.
They ended up giving it to him, I think. But I don't ever get this though. Like if especially a guy he hasn't been on TV for months. And like he wanted to quit and they wouldn't let him quit for a while. They eventually let him do it, but.
Well, so he's been healthy and he's just been sitting at home doing nothing?
Yeah, apparently they've just decided not to use him. Him and Aleister Black.
Well, Aleister Black, I think you know why he's not being used. Because his girlfriend's calling for a union. So.
You shouldn't take it out on his.
But they will. I mean,
I know, but like, if this wasn't wrestling and like it was just a regular thing and like that got out to people, like, that kind of stuff wouldn't fly.
No. A lot of stuff in the wrestling world wouldn't. No. I mean, I think a lot like this stuff's going to be bubbling over pretty soon. And
I mean, it's more mainstream thing now, being on Peacock and getting $1 billion and
something bad's going to happen. So, I mean, because there's a lot of like stories in wrestling that are just not acceptable for today's standards.
So we weren't on last week. So stuff with Peacock. So Peacock censoring stuff on their network. The two things that they've done so far to people's knowledge is they took out the WrestleMania 6 match with Roddy Piper versus Bad News Brown, where Piper painted half his body black.
Yeah.
And they also took out a segment where McMahon called John Cena N-word.
Yeah.
And so I personally get you don't want the N-word on your network, and you also don't want blackface. So
no.
Me personally, that's total that's fine.
I always found that angle just strange.
Yeah, like, even as a kid, I watched it live and I didn't even there are people who try to act like blackface is like only like this bad thing now, like this, it's like currently.
Oh yeah.
My whole life that was like a taboo and people knew that was racist. Like, and I think decades before I was born, everyone knew that. So when that happened, like I thought, And this wasn't like the PC era or anything, but still, it was like, what? And even beyond that, it didn't even make any sense. And Roddy Piper was my favorite wrestler. He's like my hero. And I was like, I don't get it. Why is this even on TV or a pay-per-view?
I mean, there's probably archives of us even talking about this, and we basically said the same thing. Like, why did he do that? Like, it doesn't make any sense.
And I know the Vince thing, I think that happened while we were doing the show, and it was the same way. Like, why would you do that on television?
Yeah.
I get the idea, but the idea was really to make it look like he's an out-of-touch old man, which is funny because it's what people talk about today. But still, like, you had to know, even at that time, like, you don't put this on television.
No, that was bad, but it did happen. But
yeah,
I mean, are people just mad because they're editing this out? I mean,
yeah, some people are furious. I've seen like they canceled their Peacock, and I'm like, I mean, I can understand the thought process of like, where does this end? Do they cut out everything with Kamala? Do they cut out Hakeem? They could cut out everything with Goldust and Adrian Adonis because it's very homophobic. And you can't even argue that it isn't. It is. But do you edit all this stuff out? And what I would personally do is just put a disclaimer on the old footage and say, this stuff was, I don't know how you word it. It's a different time. There's adult content. There's stuff that's socially questionable today. However you word it. I don't know. I'm not a lawyer. Put that up. Instead of they've hired people to watch, like, how could you sit down and watch like 50 years of content?
That would be bad.
I mean, almost everything in the 80s and stuff is questionable today.
Yeah, really. For today's standards, a lot of
it was at the time too. I mean,
what about Kurt Angle? What he said to Booker T's wife,
right?
I mean, so it's like, I mean, that whole angle was strange about but anyways, I mean, it's happened and the fans know about it. And I think it's just going to make people like care about it more in a sense. Like people are going to like keep bringing it up. So it's like, why not just leave it there? But I mean, maybe people could be like,
I get like, if you want to take certain things off.
Yeah.
I mean, they've given no hints because some fans just go like, oh, they're going to delete everything. Like, they've not said that they're deleting stuff for violence or anything. I mean, a lot of this stuff is just people making things up or jumping to conclusions. But I can see like certain things. Okay, we don't want the N-word on our TV. Okay, the blackface, we don't want that on there. But a lot of the stuff that's just borderline. Not even borderline, like the Kamala stuff is racist. It's a guy with a spear and
but they're doing the same thing today.
I know. Yeah, they're doing it modern day, which it was bad enough like the Saba Simba angle and stuff, but
except now his spear has a big, huge like weight, and you would think that would be on the bottom, which he held it by the bottom now, but now he's flipped it over where the weight is like on top and the spearhead is on the bottom. So I don't get it. Yeah. Why are they doing this? Like, if he wants to be a new character where he has an accent and everything else, okay, fine. But don't give him the spear. That's just... I just think they're doing it to see if they can get away with it.
Maybe. I don't know. I've got a couple of things like about the Peacock thing is the stuff they have edited out. I totally get why.
Yeah.
And I personally don't care that that's not on there. It's not like I have to go relive this moment.
I mean, it's like you got to weigh your options here. Are you going to cancel your Peacock because they edit this old footage that was there? I mean, you can probably find a copy somewhere else if you absolutely have to have it.
Yeah, you're dying to rewatch, especially the what was it was that on a pay-per-view, the McMahon thing, or was that on Smack?
It was on SmackDown or something like that.
Is that even on the network?
No, it was a pay-per-view, I think.
Oh, okay.
I think it was a pay-per-view.
It's like a backstage segment.
Yeah.
I really question somebody if that's a highlight. Like I gotta rewatch this pay-per-view because of this segment.
I mean, you could probably find it on YouTube. I'm sure it's probably on there. Yeah. I mean, I know my history. I know it happened, and it's like I don't have to see
I
it.
never rewatched it. It's not something I remember what happened, but it's not like I have seen the Piper match more than once, but not like I never specifically went, I'm going to go watch this match.
Yeah.
I used to watch WrestleManias, over.
Now the Booker T one does have like comedic value to it when he calls Hulk Hogan the N word, because like you can see it on his face. He goes,
yeah,
and he's like,
yeah,
like because he messed
yeah,
up,
it's a mistake, right?
But like, so there is some funniness to that he, he said it, and then he's like, oh, I shouldn't have said that, but. Yeah, I question too, like, why are you getting all up in arms about them removing this when it's like, it's not like this classic moment,
No.
I mean, in a sense, I could probably kind of understand that people like Benoit matches and they wanted to see him, even though I don't have a problem with them taking them off.
Yeah.
But I think that's more of a point than taking this very small segment.
Right. I agree.
And the Piper match wasn't very good. I don't remember it. Like,
no, I mean, I'm a big Piper fan, but the match wasn't very good.
Yeah.
But so if they take the stuff off, whatever. But there's a lot of things here. It's like it's network. Network's always edited stuff.
Yeah.
Like that used to be the draw of when basic cable started, was now you get to see stuff less edited. And then, they would say swear words, but they would edit out F-bomb and some sex. And then pay cable like HBO, you could pretty much see everything.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not like a modern thing. That's how network has always been. They've always edited stuff. It's not like it's stricken from the world. Like if you had you had the DVD or whatever, it's still there. It's just on the network specifically.
Even if you are an old new wrestling fan, and you're probably going to run into an old wrestling fan who's going to like tell you about this stuff, I mean, but I don't get it.
But if it's, I mean, to me, that so far there's nothing that I see.
No, I don't care.
But if it goes on to edit, because honestly, like I love, I grew up loving wrestling. There's a lot of stuff. Almost every ethnic wrestler was, even at the time, it was like some stereotype.
Yeah.
And it's questionable stuff. So do I think all that stuff should be edited out? No, but I would be fine if because some people even get up in arms when they have a disclaimer on stuff, because they put disclaimers on the Muppet Show and everyone laughs about that. But it's because some of the episodes has the rebel flag and stuff. So they put up a disclaimer saying, this is on there, but they didn't edit it out. It's still up there. I think that's just what they should do for this,
That's true. Yeah.
And then if there's stuff that's really, they just don't want on there, the N-word and blackface, they can edit that stuff out. But everything else, I would just put up a disclaimer.
Yeah. Yeah. So I think you have to weigh your options, though, if you're a fan. Do you want to cancel Peacock just because of these things and miss like the pay-per-views and everything? I mean, come on,
I agree. To me, it's I mean, if you're dying to see something, honest, what it comes down to too is if you want this stuff the way you remember it, to never be edited in any way, depending, wherever they're streaming it, that's why you should buy physical media.
You have your own hard copy.
Yeah.
Yeah. You had to get a recording of it or something,
I was at I probably shouldn't say this, but I was at the casino last week, and we stayed a couple nights, and when I was in the room, they were showing The Big Lebowski, and all the language was edited out. I didn't go insane and say, "Oh my God, they've destroyed this movie." I just know on network they cut out swear words.
Yeah, most definitely. Yeah, I mean, if you want to watch The Big Lebowski, you got to get a DVD copy of it, or Blu-ray,
or find it on Netflix or something.
Or yeah. Like that's where you find your definitive copy that's not edited.
It was weird though. So I was up in the room, we're watching Big Lebowski, and they're cutting out, language is really cut up on it. Went back downstairs, played, because Slots came back up to the room in the morning, and there was infomercials on there for sex toys on the same channel.
Yeah.
And I was taking pictures and videos. There was butt plugs. It was the booty boot camp, and it was like 3 levels of butt plugs. So you start with the small one for beginners and work your way up to the big butt plug. And this one for guys, like a rubber vagina you jerk off in, and vibrate. I was like, wow, so they can advertise this if 5:30 in the morning, like when people are eating breakfast, buy your dildo. But boy, you can't have, someone saying, God damn or something in a movie at 1 in the morning.
It is strange, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I can't get all up in arms about them removing that from the network. I don't really watch much of the old footage anyhow.
I don't either. Yeah.
So, I mean, there's so much new wrestling that they throw at us. It's like, when am I going to be like, oh, I want to watch some old stuff? But,
yeah, I agree. I think we're right in alignment with all that.
Yeah. Well, we didn't talk about it last week. If you want to change the topic, I got something else I want to bring up. But because we weren't here, Bray Wyatt made his return. Melted mask. He looks like... I like the mask part where it's like melted, and I kind of like that he had some scarring from like burns on his hands. But like the suit, could they put a little more thought into that? I mean, he just looked like it was just nothing.
I think that match was not arguably and not possibly, it was the worst thing I've ever seen in wrestling. I absolutely hated it.
The worst thing you ever seen.
Worst thing you ever seen. They didn't lock up. It wasn't a match. There was she was just dropping stuff out of the air. It was just total, cornball horror movie thing. I don't know. What is though? I don't know what the hell wrestling has become. Just the shits. And then Randy's just like lurking around. They're so slow, so they can there's no physicality. And he's like, "Are you trying to kill me?" He just burned a man alive, and then he's like asking if she's trying to kill him.
Yeah. I thought Alexa Bliss was much better as, Alexa Bliss and not like Bray Wyatt's like Stoogie, I mean, it was better the other way,
Yeah, this is terrible.
I mean, she was more remarkable of a character whenever, not just being Bray Wyatt's lackey. I mean, I don't think this is good for her. I mean,
I don't think it's good for anybody.
Yeah. It's not good stuff. It does have those cringe-worthy moments where you're just like, God, I don't want anybody to see me watching this. Because it's like, the person who will walk in and like sees you watching Randy Orton versus Alexa Bliss, they're like, oh, he's really into this. What's the matter with this guy? But no, I'm not really into this. I'm just watching it because I have to watch the whole show,
Yeah.
But I'm not into Alexa Bliss versus Randy Orton. It's not good stuff.
Oh no, it's horrible. Just the shits. It's terrible.
But I did like how his mask was like melted over a little bit, but that's about it. Is he ever going to go back to the Fiend? Because the Fiend's not even that old of a character yet. I mean, does he have to change him already?
I don't know. I was watching a clip of Conan and Disco and somebody else, and they were talking about that the real guy Bray Wyatt. He believes in reptilians and like QAnon stuff and like really the crazy conspiracy stuff, like Illuminati. Like he really believes this stuff, and he tries to make that part of his storylines, but then the writers don't even know what he's talking about. So what we get is like a version that's like, so it's he writes, like he comes up with the ideas and there's reptilians and all this, and then it's kind of like written by people who don't even know what he's talking about.
Yeah.
But I don't think I want to see his versions either. If it would be like, the McMahons are reptiles. And
no, that
I don't want to see this stuff in my wrestling.
Yeah.
When I was talking about the Hurt Business, that's like what stuff I want to see. Then I see this and I'm like, this is why I just don't watch WWE. I can't.
I mean, you had a strong faction in WWE. I mean, that was a very strong faction. They did show like there was a little bit of dissension with Shelton Benjamin and Cedric Alexander, but like you got AEW who's having like two really strong factions as they're about to head off against each other. I think they're going to make pretty good money with that angles. And it's like, and here's WWE breaking up their strong faction that they had going on.
Yeah, I just don't get it. I don't get it. What else was on that pay-per-view? I wasn't really big on it, and I've liked a lot of the pay-per-views lately.
Well, Braun Strowman took on Elias because Shane McMahon was supposed to take on Braun Strowman, and I do like Shane McMahon talking about Braun Strowman and saying he's like dumb and stuff, but it's like. So they're building for a WrestleMania match now because Shane McMahon ducked out.
What a WrestleMania match! Braun Strowman versus Shane. Boy, Shane's juiced to the gills. I've never seen him so ripped.
So, but you know Shane McMahon though, he'll probably do some crazy stuff for the match.
Probably.
I mean, he's done some pretty insane.
Poor Elias. That when I was watching WWE, I always thought this is like the next main event guy.
Yeah.
To me, he's got a great look. He's got charisma. He can talk. I thought he was a good wrestler.
They've lost faith in him.
It's just a total joke. It's just a total, jobber.
He's being pushed back. He's not going to be like the main part of the show.
He's a total nobody in this match.
Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of sad. Because, like, I mean, that is a joke role that you're taking.
Yeah.
You're being, substituted for.
Elias can't do anything to this guy, but the 50-something-year-old son of the owner, he can beat him up.
Yeah, that's kind of.
Yeah.
Like Greg Gagne should come in and like manage him, that would be good stuff.
What's with the green slime? Well, I don't
I don't know why he had green slime.
Are they gonna have a slime match where the loser gets slimed or something?
Yeah, I still don't know why he threw green slime on him, but
maybe they'll have like a double dare, like a crossover or something.
Maybe.
I don't get it.
Yeah, I didn't really watch that segment, but I seen the replays of it where he had the green slime all over him.
Yeah, that's how I seen it too. I didn't know.
Yeah, so I'm not really too familiar with how exactly it all went down, or if there was a reason he had the green slime.
Yeah, that's his new gimmick. He just who just carries slime? Like, where do you even get it?
Shane McMahon, I guess. He makes sure to have it on hand at all times. But, ooh.
Yeah, I don't remember liking too much of the pay-per-view.
What else happened? I can't really remember.
Daniel Bryan had a good. Was it Daniel Bryan versus Roman Reigns?
Daniel Bryan, yeah, versus Roman Reigns, and Edge kind of got involved in the end.
Oh yeah, I liked that up until all the stuff at the end.
Yeah.
I thought that ruin was just a good match.
Well, they've announced that it's going to be a 3-way at WrestleMania with Edge. I like it better, honestly, because I'm not into Edge.
Daniel Bryan versus Reigns.
Yeah. Although Edge is.
Why do they bring attention that Daniel Bryan's older? He's not even that old, and he doesn't look old. Edge looks old, but Daniel Bryan doesn't look old. I don't know why bring attention that he's an older guy.
Well, he's 39 or 40. I mean, and Austin was wrestling at that age, wasn't he?
Oh yeah,
that was like the top of his career.
A common age for wrestlers to even go to WWE.
Yeah. So like, I don't get it. I mean, but I do like that they're starting to switch Edge to a heel because he's kind of doing some heelish stuff, and I prefer Edge as a heel. I think Edge babyface is just
yeah. I just
terrible.
Don't like because the only reason, Daniel Bryan didn't win was because the ref cheated. I don't know. I just wasn't.
Well, the Edge was a special enforcer, and he wasn't watching Roman tap out. He just hit Daniel Bryan with the chair, and then it went on from there.
Because to me, like for this angle to work, you need to keep, Roman Reigns as not just a heel, not a heel that weasels his way out. He should be like a dominant heel.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't think he should be like he should deliver when it's time that he actually maybe he doesn't like want to wrestle all the time, but like when he does wrestle, I think he should be strong, not like a chicken shit.
Yeah, I thought it was great up until that.
Because Roman is a very physically large person. I mean, you can tell he's definitely built and he has power.
Yeah.
I mean, so unlike Zack Sabre Jr.
Sheamus, like he's just this guy that I don't care about at all seeing anymore. Like he's the same. It's weird because they're showing the vignettes and he's dressed like this like hoodlum with like a hat and stuff. But then he comes out and he's the same old Sheamus, you know, with the warrior stuff. And I don't know I don't watch the show, so I don't know what the hell is going on. Does he come out as like a gang guy once in a while or something? But then
he kind of has changed his persona where he has like this the suspenders and stuff, and just I don't know why he's done that, but
then he just
like
he's back to the Sheamus of old, so it makes no sense.
Yeah,
it'd be like if Conan, when he was like the about it rowdy guy, then all of a sudden he'd come out as like he was like an Aztec warrior or something. Like what? I don't understand it.
Okay, Mighty Lexar wants to know, is Jack excited about Cody and Brandy Rhodes' reality show?
I'm a big fan of Cody Rhodes. I'm not as hateful on Brandy as most of the internet, but I also don't really care about her either. So the answer to that is no, not at all. No interest whatsoever.
I'll have to say, I don't feel like this is what Cody should be doing. I think he's a very hot professional wrestler. People are just finding out about Cody. I don't think he wants to do this Miz move right now. I mean,
no, I don't.
I can understand why Miz is doing it, because I mean, Miz is basically dead in WWE. I mean, he's a joke character. I mean, it's good for him, and he's been part of reality shows for all his life, pretty much. I mean, people see him and they know him from that.
I guess
I don't think it's a good move.
The only thought process I guess would be, if you do this reality show, the fan base will get to know him more on a personal level, which in theory could get him more over in wrestling. But I agree, though. I don't think it's good. The only guy really in the company that I think would, like, name wise, that would work with is probably like Jericho. I could see Jericho doing a reality show.
I could see that. Yeah.
Or maybe even Dean Ambrose
Snake
and his wife. Yeah, Jake the Snake. That actually would be good.
I think that would be good.
Yeah.
But like Cody, I don't think it's a good move for him, because I think his persona, I think he's a little strange.
Yeah, he's an oddball, I think.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to come across very well on TV, showing his real life, you know? I mean, because the man, he comes in with this god awful neck tattoo, and it's just like, why did he do this? Why did he do that to his body? That's just insane.
No one's first tattoo should be a neck tattoo. A neck tattoo is after it's like, well, I've covered up my arms, and like, well, I put on my neck now.
Like, why did he do that? And
it doesn't even look like, even if it was a good tattoo, which it really, whatever. He maybe he likes it. It's his logo and stuff. He could have got it in the arm or something. But you don't have I know he's got that little tattoo here, but you don't have like your arms like totally bare and then this big neck tattoo.
Like maybe even like his back. Like maybe it would have looked all right. You know how kind of like
like Batista,
FTR guy got.
It really looks like something that should have just been on his shoulder up here.
Yeah, something somewhere else. I mean, but he just put it right on. I mean, that's a strange decision, if you ask me. And I think you're going to see a lot more strangeness on this show.
The only time, like, I don't normally ever like it, but on certain people it looks okay. But it's people where they've got their whole arms covered up. So it's like a continuation. You know what I mean? You can't just have a tattoo here. That'd be like, you have no tattoos, but you have like a tattoo on your face.
Yeah. So I'm not excited for the reality show. I don't really necessarily want to watch it, like, because I think it's going to hurt Cody in my eyes. I think it's going to.
Yeah, I'm a fan of
his wrestling persona.
I'm not interested in this.
And I like Cody's wrestling persona. I don't want it.
He's one of my favorite guys in AEW. I think he's one of maybe the best baby face in wrestling. He's up there.
I'd say, yeah, definitely up there. I mean, it's hard to have a good baby face nowadays.
Yeah,
Darby
because
Allin's probably up there right now
you
too.
usually turn half the crowd. Daniel
Hmm.
Bryan would be up there, yeah.
Darby's kind of like the cool heel almost. Like he does crazy things almost. I
But yeah,
mean,
he's a guy that he is a great baby face too.
yeah, I like him as a baby face, but like he's kind of like that edgy kind of baby face.
Yeah.
Cody is just full on baby face, I think.
Mm-hmm. Darby Allin, see, the size really doesn't bother me for the most part in wrestling. But he's a smaller guy, but his stuff when he does the dives and stuff, it really does look good. Not just like it's cool he's doing a dive, but it actually looks like he's trying to hurt someone when he's doing the dives on people.
Yeah.
There's something about him. He has a lot going for him. He has a presence to him. I'm a big fan. I'm glad they've gone with him, as their TV champion.
The brains
I
in the
see.
chat room.
Just real quick, to me, this is a difference between AEW and WWE. Why, like, I personally like AEW better. There'll be guys that you get into and the fans get into, and they actually go with them. Yeah. As opposed to be guys you like in WWE and the crowd starts getting to him, and they're like, too bad for you. Now he's a loser.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We're going to push Baron Corbin.
No matter what. You got Baron Corbin, whether you like it or not. Brains in the chat room wants to know, is OIB going to play Streets of Rage 4 with Jack via stream play together? Jack doesn't play video games, Brains.
Yeah, I don't even know what that is. I don't think I've ever even played Streets of Rage. Never mind Streets of Rage 4.
Well, I started on Streets of Rage 4, so it's a very good game. But
how old's the original Streets of Rage? I don't know. That might have been after I was into the video game.
91 or 92, maybe. And it was a Genesis game, so if you didn't have a Genesis at the time. So
I started to teach myself how to do pixel art.
I seen that. Yeah.
Having fun with it.
Pretty cool stuff. You just posted what'd you do? The Kamala one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was happy with it. I did some fun ones for Without Your Head.
Mm-hmm. Did one of myself too. I seen that.
Yep. Yeah, that was the first one I did with the lines.
I probably got it on my phone here. I think I saved it. I was like, I'll save this one since it's me. Do I have it? I think I do.
Yeah, but next step now, I'm going to try to start figuring out how to do backgrounds. It's a little more complicated. Mm-hmm. Then from there, I might try to animate them. Maybe some like intro videos. I don't know if I'll ever get to an actual game, but some videos and stuff will be fun.
Oh, most definitely. Yeah. I think it's probably mixed in on the bottom with all the photos that I saved. So
probably all the dick pics you've been sending.
Reality show on the Ensure. You never know. Hoosier Highway says Streets of Rage 2 is the best. It's a pretty good game, but okay. Yeah.
All right. We'll take some Zoom.
Mike Whitcomb, he says it looks like one of those temporary tattoos for kids. I think talking about Cody's tattoo.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. I probably could find that picture on Facebook here, too. But anyway, we're going to bring in some Zoomers. You guys can zoom in. iwatchwrestling.com/Zoom.
Vince Rudo, he brings up how in the TV version of Die Hard 2, they change a character's name to Mr. Falcon. So later on, when he says, when the John McClane character says, "Yippee-ki-yay, Mr. Falcon," instead of like MF or something, it makes sense.
Did they really do that?
I heard that. I've seen videos on Die Hard 2's like redubbing, and it is pretty fucking hilarious because they make him say just like this ridiculous stuff. So yeah, they changed the character's name to Mr. Falcon so he can say "Yippee-ki-yay, Mr. Falcon" later on in the film.
When I was, The Jerk was one of my favorite movies when I was a kid, and some of the greatest lines in that are changed when you're watching on TV. Don't call that dog champion, or to call him. Don't call him hero, call him shithead. And they change it to like loser or something. And he said something about he's kind of coming to money because his girlfriend promised him a job, a blow job or something. They change that and stuff. But I mean, the point is, it's nothing new. Network has always deaded these things.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Going back to our conversation about the Peacock changing stuff on the WWE network. So, anyhow.
Oh, here it is. This is supposed to be what my mom read. Andrade saying that the WWE diagnosed Charlotte Flair as pregnant and pulled her from WrestleMania, even though she wasn't pregnant.
Pregnant?
Yeah.
Well, Rhea Ripley made her debut, and she said that Charlotte was recovering from COVID. So maybe it's a lost in translation. Maybe he was saying pregnant for COVID. Maybe. I wonder what Charlotte and Andrade, like, he's got to be able to speak some English. Like, what do they talk about? You know, I mean,
He's just giving her the payment.
Maybe that's all she's caring about. But I'm saying, like, do they go out to eat?
Language of love.
Maybe she speaks Spanish. I don't know. I just don't. I can't imagine how the relationship works. I mean, it's probably like the shows where they go get like 90 Day Fiance or something like that, where they like the guy goes to Russia and he's sitting there with the family and they're all speaking Russian and he's just like. He doesn't know what the hell they're saying. How can you do that? I'd feel so awkward. There he is, Kamala. Awesome.
Kamala.
The Ugandan giant.
I was happy with that one.
Yeah. You can rebrand it into like the new Apollo Creed. Apollo Crews character. Not Apollo Creed, yeah.
I knew what you meant.
Yeah, Apollo Crews. I mean, it's almost the same name. Why can't they change it a little bit more?
We've got Stevie B. Stephen Butler. Butler is on the line.
Stephen Butler is on the show.
Hey, hi. Hey, hop. WWE wasn't flop.
I forgot to mention last week, in my opinion, the best women's wrestling match in AEW history, Dr. Britt Baker against, what's her name?
Against Thunder Rosa.
Thunder Rosa. Amazing match.
Yeah, it was a hell of a bout. Real bloody. I was surprised that they did some of those spots.
Yeah, me too.
Some of those spots were incredible. Yeah.
I hear that I read an article that it kind of turned some of the women viewers of AEW off, like that they were doing that crazy spots. So I don't know.
That is just people, because how would anyone know that unless I think it's just people like thinking it did. You know what I mean?
Let me correct myself. I read a headline. I didn't actually read the article, right. but there I am. Ah. See, I got the hat. See,
I made it blue just to be a little different, but just because the tan didn't look so great on the picture. What do you think about that? Lexar, Songman.
Look at that guy. It's a Songman.
Technically, the Kamala is actually 16-bit. But there's the 8-bit incher.
I'm 8-bit incher? Okay. Hey, and it's Lexar, too. I know that guy.
You want me to 8-bit you, Lexar, make you into a video guy?
I guess.
What do you mean you guess? Well, fuck it. You ain't getting one.
Fine, do it. Do it for every member of the Headyverse, like you did the sketch on your notepad.
I need to get that back down here. Start drawing. All right, Lexar Boutelaire and the Song Man. I believe Stephen Boutelaire was about to say something until I interrupted him. I'm sorry. I apologize.
No, I was just gonna, you were talking about the women's match. I was just gonna say, wow, that finish, doing the table spot, when Thunder Rosa picked up Britt Baker and dropped her on the table. I thought, wow.
That was awesome.
Yeah, that was an awesome.
And the Thunder Rosa and the Lightning Strike. The Thunder Rosa. I'll have to work on that.
Yeah, you can put it together, I'm sure.
I know it's a big favorite of Incher's, the Thunder Road.
And the thunder rose. And the lightning strike.
Another heart grows cold. Thunder roll. All right, Steven, what's going on, my pal, my compadre, my amigo?
So this has got to be one of the worst WrestleMania builds in WWE history.
Yeah,
We're just doing it like a
watched
week
the
or
show,
two.
so I don't know, but as far as I can tell, I would agree.
Like, I decided to go back, and fortunately I have Sportsnet now, which you can watch Raw and SmackDown on demand. And I was watching SmackDown because I needed to watch some good wrestling, and I must at least the build for the SmackDown matches is a hell of a lot better than the Raw.
SmackDown's been good. Like SmackDown's been like way better than Raw. Like I watched Raw and SmackDown side by side, and like Raw was just like a chore to get through.
I'll be right back.
Okay. And then SmackDown was just so much easier to watch.
Yeah,
really enjoy SmackDown.
I'm really agree with you guys. I mean, I like Edge, my fellow Torontonian Edge, but to see him do the crazy eyes and smacking Roman and Daniel with the chair, and that's a lot better. I did like. I mean, I guess this was. I mean, they totally blew it with last year with Randy Orton and that too long everywhere match where they went all over the place.
Yeah,
it's better. I guess it is better.
Lexar disagrees. He likes that match.
Yeah,
it was too long. It was too.
I wasn't a fan.
But they went everywhere. It was a tour of the performance center.
Well, yeah, they did go on top of a truck. I do remember that.
Yeah.
But at that point, I was so fucking just dazed. I just didn't care about the match. Like, they're on a truck, whatever. And there was no reaction. They didn't even have the fake sounds yet. It was just total silence of these two guys beating up each other. It's just like,
Well, yeah.
It wasn't good, Lexar. 100% bad stuff.
It was good.
Why?
It was good.
You're delusional.
So what? Just pretend there was crowd noise. Like, have it in your head. Like, have it in your ear. Like, pretend like there's a crowd noise. Like I did.
Like I got to pipe in my own crowd noise? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. And speaking of crowds, by the way Stephen was pronouncing it like I was saying it, last night's Raw was far worse than 2020 having no fans, because this was totally snap. We put a match in right after Fastlane, and this went the same route last night.
Mm-hmm.
All you had to do for the Rhea Ripley and Asuka one I was excited for. Just a contract signing. That's all you had to do.
Rhea Ripley must be a really strong woman to flip a table and knock Asuka completely unconscious. Like,
did they do that?
Yeah. She flipped the table, and I guess the idea was the table was supposed to hit Asuka and knock her unconscious. It's like, I've seen a lot of table flips in wrestling. I don't think I've ever seen anyone get knocked out from it until last night.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, the next thing that happens is the woman she knocks out, well, that's her tag team partner for a tag team match. It's like, again, I didn't like that either.
It does seem like Rhea Ripley is like the only strong woman who could have a WrestleMania match if Charlotte is out. Poland Springs, Jack Scott there.
Blueberry elderflower.
Why did they let the flower live so long and then they take it out for your drink?
You feel bad that they're like, let's kill this old flower.
Let's kill the old flower.
Ah! Yeah. Well, they lived a good long life. It's better than like a baby flower that they kill.
Yeah. Well, Stephen, do you actually think about the rumors? We heard this maybe a month or so ago that they were going to make changes, but now that Charlotte's out, do you remember that update with Nia and Shayna being put in this? Because we've not heard anything about the tag team belts being defended at WrestleMania.
So they've given Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler a lot of time on television for weeks, and here we are 2 weeks out from WrestleMania, and there's not a women's tag team match. I thought they were building towards like a multiple women's tag team sort of maybe four corners match or something, because they're interacting with all of these tag teams, and here we are. There isn't even a match, and yet they're getting all this TV time.
Yeah, that's the thing I brought up because we saw this a month or so ago. Like they're gonna be putting like a 4-way or something for the title with Asuka. If you remember that update, I'm just playing.
Yeah, they'll throw something together like at the very last minute. They'll just put them out there into something. So it's a shame they can't like build a good program, especially when they got like 2 nights of wrestling and like everybody should have a pretty solid storyline going into it. But
and that's the main thing I forgot to bring up, by the way. Like you were talking about it earlier.
What's that?
What the hell is up for this one more night wait? What's the match gonna be with Orton and Bray? Because we only heard it's gonna be a cage match with. It's only gonna be a cage match with Shane. So how the hell is this even gonna work? What we were thinking in the beginning. How is this gonna work for Hell in a Cell? So this can't be as worse as John Cena last year went. What are they gonna need to do with this?
Oh God, I hope they don't do another thing like that.
I hope they do. Just to piss you off.
I'll watch even less. If that keeps popping up, I'll even stop watching the pay-per-view.
You're gonna stop watching the pay-per-view
if they have more of that. If they have more stuff of like that was on this last one with the Fiend and Alexa Bliss and Randy Orton. If they have more of that kind of stuff, I can't watch.
I think that stuff's going to end because they are going to have a crowd for WrestleMania. I guess they're going to have an AEW size crowd or maybe more people. So I don't think they're going to do that in front of a live audience. I think they're just doing this stuff to kind of just, fill up some time.
Oh, and Jackie, you said you love the Blue Cage. Maybe this could come back if they're going to do this 2 nights. I believe his is going to be night 2.
You do. He does love the Blue Cage secretly. He just won't say it.
Blue Cage to be back, and if they're going to have to do Hell in a Cell, I believe this is night 2. They're going to do that with Orton and Bray.
Before I forget, though, today I was at Walmart, and I was very happy to find they had all 4 of Wave 6 of the Masters of the WWE Universe. They only had 1 of each guy and 2 Stephanies. So I got 1. They got the whole new set. I was very excited.
Just like that.
Boom. So I got Kane, Stephanie McMahon, Bill Goldberg, and the Ultimate Warrior. I'm very excited.
Hell yeah. It's pretty awesome.
They're my favorite figures. So now I've got the whole series except for Sting. He goes for a lot of money. But
so are they marking him up because like he's an AEW guy now?
Well, he's one of the originals. He's in maybe series 1 or 2. I don't have actually 2. I don't have the first Ultimate Warrior they put out, but I'm happy just having 1 Warrior. I don't need both of them because they're pretty similar. But they're very fun for people who don't know. They're made like I have one down. I have a Rey Mysterio one down here. But so they're made like old He-Man guys, Masters of the Universe, but it's very cute, Masters of the WWE Universe, and they make them like old He-Man guys or move just like them, and pretty sweet. This series had Rey Mysterio, and he's like a flying man. They had Macho Man, the Faker John Cena, he's blue like the old Faker and He-Man, and Roman Reigns, the heroic big dog, and he had a big fist like Fisto. People remember Fisto.
Is there a He-Man figure that you're missing that you would like to have?
The Sting one from these, but you mean the original ones?
The actual He-Man, yeah.
I think I had they were really limited. They only put out a few of them, and they made in the last series of the original Masters Universe. They made giants. They made a giant like a Titan and a monster. So there was 2 giants, and I think they only released them in England. I looked them up one day, and they were like $1,500 or something on eBay.
Oh my goodness!
But they're awesome because they're made just like He-Man, but they're like 3 times the size.
Huh?
They're pretty wild.
Never knew about those.
Yeah, and the same company's putting these out. They put out some. They're called Masters of the Universe Origins, and they're the original series of Master Universe guys. These have slightly different movement. Their old He-Man just like move the arms up and like this, and then they do like this. These move in the elbow, the wrist, and then at the knees too. So they move almost like a G.I. Joe. So you got a combination of best figures that I grew up with. He-Man, always like the looks. And then they've got kind of the movements of a G.I. Joe. So a great combination. Even though I've not opened any of these, I'm a big fan. So there's my toy update for that. I'm not quite to the level of Zack Ryder, but I do collect these. I've found all the new season of AEW guys except for Pac. I haven't found him, unfortunately, but they're really hard to get. I saw the Dean Ambrose one was going for $1,000 on eBay.
Goodness gracious.
Yeah.
Are they just not making many of those, or?
I've only seen a couple. The new series was the first time I've ever seen them in the store.
Yeah,
I'll go there and they'll have the space where they are, but they're always completely empty.
Dang.
Yeah, I don't know. They just sell out immediately.
Well, that's a shame. They should probably make more figures. I mean, so everybody can get a hold of them.
Yeah, I think the newest series they actually did it. You could even pre-order them when they first came out off their Pro Wrestling Tees. They were a little more money. They were 20. They're kind of expensive. Even in the store, they're $20 a piece. They were 25 on pre-order. The Masters of WWE, they're 15.
Yeah. Okay.
Right, but probably if you probably figured out for inflation from when you were kids, it's probably not too much difference.
Probably not. Yeah.
So anyway, there's my toys for the week. I'd like to have two of each because I'd like to open them, but I won't open them.
Yeah. There's part of me that wishes that some of my Castlevania figures, I had like 2 of them, but I'm like, nah, I'm not going to do that. You can buy the opened one like on eBay if you want.
Yeah, I've looked them up. A lot of them are almost the same. So
really,
if I could get them real cheap, it would be cool.
Yeah.
Even if I just get a couple, I'd like to see how they move and stuff.
Excellent. Galgo 13. I rarely see the AEW figures at Walmart, but they had one Orange Cassidy.
Yeah, I'm surprised at the orange because that's one of the rarer ones of the new.
I grabbed it.
Yeah, I grabbed it. Matt actually got me the Orange Cassidy, orange and Darby Allin, but I think both of them are the Orange Cassidy is pretty hard to get, so I'm surprised he saw it at Walmart. I got the Young Bucks. They had Young Bucks in Rio. That's the only 3 I've ever seen at the store.
Yeah.
All righty. I'm sure not everyone cares about toys, but
yeah, well, it's wrestling related.
Yeah, not wrestling related. I got these. These are the tiki mugs of Frankenberry and Booberry. And over here in a box, I haven't put them up yet. I just got them earlier today. They came in the mail. I now have Count Chocula, Fruit Brute, and Yummy Mummy. So the complete set of the tiki mugs of the Monster cereal.
Oh, excellent.
I see Lexar's a big fan of this.
Yummy Mummy.
Yummy Mummy, yes.
I never heard of it.
Well, they made
Yummy
Yummy Mummy and Fruit Brute in the 70s, and then they stopped making them. Then they did re-release them a couple years ago, briefly. But I'll probably have them up next week, and you'll be able to see them.
Yummy Mummy.
Rank Shooter in the message chat room. He wants to know who's the best wrestler in the world as far as in-ring ability. I'm going to say right now, I'm going to say probably Kenny Omega for me right now.
The best in-ring wrestler?
Yeah, I mean, I know he's kind of exaggerated with how his facial expressions and stuff, but I'd say he's probably like one of the top guys right now in ring wise.
Just real quick here. Here's the monster cereals for Without Your Head. This is me. This is my monster cereal, XR. The Nastios. See this cereal box? Dill pickle flavor frosted cereal with brain marshmallows.
Oh my goodness!
Who wouldn't want some?
Okay, so who's the one in the middle and the third one?
Terry Berries, that's my brother, Terrible Troy, who's also Without Your Head. He's elderberry flavored frosted cereal with severed limb mallows. And then Trista Robinson, Treacherous Trista, is the Treacherous Treats.
Okay, so I saw the interview with you and the author, one of those wrestling books.
Trista.
Is that the is that the Trista one who did the interview with you?
Yeah. Did you like it?
Pretty awesome interview. Maybe she should be the third panelist.
She'll be on once in a while. She's a wrestling fan. She used to go to the Lucha Underground taping.
Ooh, interesting.
And she, I had her watch Dark Side of the Ring. She really liked those, and she's gonna start watching.
Yeah, those are really good.
She's gonna start watching the new season. So when the new ones come out, maybe she'll come on once in a while and talk to him about them with us.
Tyler S says AJ Styles is the best active wrestler. Golgo 13, he agrees with Tyler S.
That's a good one. Hard to touch. Yeah, AJ Styles. Omega, yeah, Omega's up there. AJ Styles, Daniel Bryan, I would think, is up there.
Yeah. It's just a shame that Daniel Bryan's in WWE. I think AEW could really do some good things with him.
Yeah. I'm surprised that they've really treated AJ so well in WWE.
Yeah. You would think they would have him do like a lot of stupid stuff, but Almas is going to make.
He's a smaller guy and stuff. And he's Southern. He's got a lot of negatives going with them against him.
Mm-hmm. Almas, the guy that's been his valet for the last couple of months, he's going to make his wrestling debut at WrestleMania.
Yeah, aren't they going for the tag titles or something?
Yeah. So.
Which, by the way, you said they haven't done anything dumb. They did something dumb with AJ last night on Raw. They made AJ play charades and that drawing game, win, lose, or draw.
I have no idea what I was even watching 24 hours ago.
Mm-hmm.
Were you loving this, guys? Lexar, Steven, was this a good entertainment? Were you sports entertained?
I found myself on many occasions, well, a lot of this nonsense like with AJ and Omos, and I'm sorry, some people on the internet were saying how I guess great this music video of Miz and Morrison made was great. Like, it was. I didn't even bother to watch it. I was just tuning out. Like, hey, hop, hop. That was a flop. Like, I'm telling you, this build for WrestleMania is the worst.
And by the way, Steven, I should bring up a good point about this. What the fuck is up with bringing fans back after over a year? You bring up no build to this after a year off with no fans, and this is how you're going to make these people be excited for this.
Yes, you missed last year's WrestleMania, so we'll bring you back to watch this. It's like, oh my goodness.
So is it going to be like Bad Bunny and The Miz, or like who's wrestling the Bad Bunny?
So Bad Bunny got in a good punch in The Miz after that. Yeah, I guess it's still a singles match. They haven't made it a tag, not yet. So it's still a one-on-one.
You know what's going to change.
Are you looking forward to that, Lexar? Are you a big Bad Bunny fan?
I'm more interested in Randy Orton versus Soldier Boy on Twitter than Miz versus Bad Bunny.
What's Randy Orton saying to Soldier Boy on Twitter?
Okay, so Soldier Boy, the washed-up rapper, told Randy Orton that he's a pussy.
Who's Soldier Boy? Was he a single rapper? Was he in a group or something?
The only thing I know about Soldier Boy is he has produced like consoles that are like basically game consoles that like steal like video game ROMs and put it on there, and he claims that he's making his own consoles now. So I found it pretty hilarious, but that's the only thing I know about Soldier Boy. So, and now I know that he's feuding with Randy Orton on Twitter.
Yeah, Randy Orton says that his penis, his cock, is more heavier and bigger than Soldier Boy.
Like
wouldn't
Soldier
want a
Boy's
hairy
entire body, or just his member.
Exactly. That Randy Orton's penis is like bigger and weighs more than Soldier Boy.
Do you really
Entire
want a
body.
hairy penis?
Well, he
Yes.
says it's like heavy. Yeah.
Oh, heavy. I think you said hairy.
No, he said
heavy.
heavy.
Oh.
See, I think this is the perfect opportunity for us, Jack. We could like have this
Oh, yeah.
layoff.
I'll show him a heavy penis. Is that what you're talking about?
No. I'm saying we could have like a promotion here where we could have like this weigh-in on In Your Head.
The penis weigh-in.
So like Soldier Boy could get on the scale and we'll weigh him, see how much Soldier Boy weighs in his entirety, and then we would just weigh Randy Orton's penis.
Who do you think has the heaviest penis in the Headyverse there, Alexa?
Maybe me.
Really? You think you're packing? big
He answered like a true guy. He just goes, "Baby me." Of course it's me. I carry this thing around. How would I not know it's not me? Day to day, I carry it between my legs. I know it's me.
I don't know. Maybe Steven could he kind of look like porn star in a way.
Who's Steven?
Yes.
And Lexa, is it bigger
a
than
new one,
Batista's
Steven.
dick?
Plenty of kilograms because I'm Canadian. You got to measure it in kilograms, not pounds.
Okay. Ounces. Maybe Jackie Jones could come in third place.
Third.
Porno storyline could
I'm
you
not
see
sure.
like Steven being in? Like what would he be, like the nerdy kid in class or something? Or what would he be?
You just show up. He's like, you smoking peace pipe.
So you're referring Steven as an Indian.
He is an Indian.
I am an Indian.
Tyler S told me I need to get on you about that, not to be making all those slurs towards Steven.
That's not a slur.
Or,
I apologize. Steven, if it was offensive.
He's not sorry.
Yeah, surprisingly, we don't go around talking like that. You know?
I call you Stephen Boutelaire. That's not. That's nothing like. Swax is the maybe Tyler's saying he thinks Swax would win this.
Swax is the Virgil of the Headyverse.
Stellar Stevens says Lexar is getting it wrong. Orton said his penis was taller.
That's what I said. His penis is bigger than Soldier Boy.
You got
weighs more too.
Right.
And he told the Soldier Boy that he could eat a keyboard, choke on a keyboard.
That's not very nice.
Soldier Boy.
What did Soldier Boy say to start all this?
Trying to get attention, I guess. He also insulted the Iron Sheik on Twitter too.
Oh. Andrew used to be a big Soldier Boy fan, I think, back in the day.
I don't even know who he is, other than he made his own console. Or that he claims he made his own console that rips off real game companies.
Is this the future of WWE? It's just going to be a lot of hip hop artists.
You know, this brings me into something with Cody Rhodes. He's doing a thing where they got like a console that has millions of ROMs on it or something, and it's like, is every company that's featured on this thing like involved with it? Have they got the rights to be using all these games?
I'm going to put out this new, it's like a VCR, and it's just going to have all the movies on.
just every movie you want.
Yeah. You don't have to buy the VHS tapes. You just turn on, boom, all movies are on it.
Yeah.
I found this thing called torrents. I'm just going to put it on there. I'm good to go.
I mean, I'm starting to think maybe that Cody Rhodes had this all approved, or like the company that he's working with, because it's not Cody Rhodes personally. But like, I don't understand it. Like, I wouldn't want to be associated.
What
with
if
this
you
thing
watch
they're
his
just
Cody Rhodes
stealing
reality
wrongs.
show and he's their program? He's like a master programmer. He's building his own console.
Oh well, I won't have nothing to say about that then.
What are you showing there? Oh, the pup. Is that puppy or is that the cat?
That's the dog.
Very cute, Steven.
Yes.
Golgo is asking if Soldier Boy is in the No Limit Soldiers.
No, he's not. I don't think. I don't think he's in the No Limit.
Tyler says Soldier Boy and Little Bow Wow want to be wrestlers, and I'm really excited about this.
Wasn't Rikishi like told to make a Little Bow Wow cry or something like that?
I don't know.
Like, why would you send Rikishi out to do that job? I mean, why would you want the man to cry too if he's trying to be a professional wrestler?
Maybe he's the new. Is he their new Billy Gunn?
Maybe he's the one.
I'm a big fan of Rikishi, but seems like a weird guy to train a wrestler.
Yeah. I mean, like, I guess he possesses skills.
Oh yeah, I mean, he was skilled before he became. I mean, he was a talented in-ring guy, and then later on he was more just kind of a gimmick guy. But he still used to take a really cool bump off a clothesline.
Yeah.
Do you think he'll teach Soldier Boy to do like the stink face?
Maybe. I don't think Soldier Boy's training. I think it's just Little Bow Wow.
Oh, Little Bow Wow.
Oh, yeah.
Lexar, if you could take a stink face from any female wrestler, who would it be? Bailey, yeah. He knew that one right off.
He didn't have to think about that. That was like Bailey.
Steven, do you have a pick? Alexa, I'm guessing.
Oh, I'd have to say Trish.
Trish, okay. He's old school.
Trish Stratus.
Songman, who would you want to take the stink face from?
I would just take my appointment with Baker.
Britt Baker.
Oh, Britt Baker. Excellent. That's a good choice. Intro, do you have a pick?
Let's go with Ty Conte, I guess.
Oh, Ty Conte.
Steven was not Steven, but Tyler S. He was telling me all about Ty Conte in a private message session the other day.
Oh man, this sounds like a steamy thing.
He was kind of he was a little smitten with it. I hope Mrs. Stevens isn't listening right now, but he seemed a little smitten with her.
How about reverse? What wrestler, male or female, intro would you want to give the stink face to?
Stephanie McMahon.
Hot damn, that's a good one.
Probably WV beforehand too.
Lexar, who would you want to pull the? It's almost like the reverse Lexar. Give the stink face to.
Billy. No, I'm just kidding. I guess maybe Tori Wilson.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting. Do you have a pick, Songman, who you'd want to give the stink face to?
I don't know if I would have my answer to that one. No.
Steve
Bailey over Alexa.
Steven, do you have an answer? I think Steven's too classy to be doing that.
I think Incher stole my pick. I mean, like
Stephanie McMahon.
Yeah.
Well, maybe we could give a double stink face.
Damn.
Yeah.
I was gonna give it to Incher, the stink face.
What? I'm not a wrestler.
No, I'm just kidding. Maybe Baron Corbin.
Well, you want to give your stink face to Baron Corbin? I don't know if I'd want to piss him off though. He's like
a big man.
He's a Golden Gloves boxer too. Like he used to be a former champion.
Stephanie's a billionaire. She'll rub you out.
That's true.
I even wonder what's.
Randy Quaid up in Canada, like making strange videos. And
do you ever hang out with Randy Quaid up there in Canada, Steven?
I guess he's out in the West Coast, or he's not anywhere near me, I don't think.
Oh, all right. All right. What else is going on, Stevie, my friend, my pal, my amigo?
So let's see. What else? What else can I trash on that show? Oh yes, one more thing. I guess somebody is probably going to have a talking to Mr. Matt Riddle about being prepared to do his
Oh yeah.
his
This is a
backstage
guy
segment.
I can't stand him anytime I see him. This gimmick is the worst.
So was he doing it in gimmick, or did he really just forget his lines and say, "I'm sorry, I forgot what I was going to say," and walk away?
It certainly looked like he forgot what he was going to say.
Well, he is like a stoner character, but so he really just flubbed the segment.
Yeah, live on air. Yeah.
Jeez.
Kind of reminds me but unlike Sid Vicious, he didn't say, "Oh no, wait, I want to do this over again."
We're live, pal.
Oh yes, and one more thing, you brought up Baron Corbin. I guess the Hurt business is over because he's with now the new Bobby Lashley champion.
Mm-hmm.
Vic said I look like Baron Corbin with the head shave or buzz. It's not really shaved, but
Only more older.
End of days, Jack. You're the King Jackie Jones. Could you pull off a king gimmick here on the show?
oh yeah,
Yeah.
you'd be all my peons.
Hmm.
Well, you'd be Prince Incher.
Prince Incher.
Yeah.
Oh.
What are you guys' thoughts, by the way, about 21?
Lexar said I look old.
Yeah, you do. Like old King Corbin if he looked
Man.
older.
Not very nice, is it?
Very mean, Lexar. You're a mean person.
Jack should just yell out, "I'm the king." Every once
I'm
in
the
a while.
king, bitch. All hail King Jackie Jones.
Why don't you shave your goatee
Before
into like a
king.
shave your goatee into a crown like Jerry Lawler did?
I could probably pull that off. Actually,
Yeah.
well, would just need it up a little higher.
Yeah. Try to make it into a crown.
I think that would work. Who did you say Baron Corbin won a belt or something?
Well, he made his return to Raw, so I guess
Yeah.
he's by Bobby Lashley's side now, the way Raw ended. When the Hood was just
Hot off the press. Big news, Incher.
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna share the picture here. One of the all-time greats has returned to Impact. One of the Impact originals. Boom! Our boy Chris Harris has returned to Impact.
Bam.
Yeah.
That's America's Most Wanted right there.
Yeah.
Brandon Walker.
Oh yeah.
So
There ain't no dick sucking there.
Nope. So James Storm is back in Impact as well, and
I think he's been there. I don't think he's ever left, has he?
he did leave for a while, but
He went to WWE for a cup of coffee.
Yeah, but he's.
Yeah.
I think he's been there for like a year now, Incher, isn't he? You
don't know.
you watch a show, you don't watch it.
I watch it every week, Jack. What are you talking about?
I think he's been on there for a long time. God. I mean, nothing against either guy, but it's been 20 years and they're back. I don't know. I guess that's cool. Wildcat Woman's probably getting all wet.
Oh my lord, Wildcat Woman. Whatever happened to her? We haven't heard that name in a long time.
I don't know. She used to be on my Facebook. I think she unfriended me.
Mm-hmm. What'd you do there? Why'd you get unfriended?
I don't know. I'm a good dude.
Yeah.
Well, what do you guys thought, by the way, about 21's next inductees for the Hall of Fame? Because how you had all buying the Kali and what was recently brought up today.
What was
Who's
that?
getting the Warrior Reward when it's not who became a hero last
who's
year?
getting the Warrior Award?
It's not Chad. I don't remember who it is, but it's not Chad. After he saved his son last year.
Not Chad. Who's Chad?
For prime time, isn't that who it was?
Oh, Shad Gaspar.
Yeah.
Oh.
Is he getting the Warriors Award?
No, not the way I heard.
Oh, well, who's
Take
getting
a
it?
guess of who's the host of WrestleMania.
Titus
Well-
O'Neil?
I know
Yeah.
about Titus O'Neil and Hulk Hogan. Like they got Hulk Hogan, and then they got Titus O'Neil. It's like, why is Titus O'Neil a host?
There's a lot of the fans online are saying, why is Hulk Hogan there with Titus? They would want it the other way. They'd want Titus O'Neil, no Hulk Hogan.
I don't know you all anymore. How could you not want Hulk Hogan?
Well, why is Titus O'Neil get like? What is it about him that they love?
He slid underneath the ring at the greatest Royal Rumble ever. I don't know.
Maybe Lexaw could agree with me.
They're
They've
giving
not
Titus
done anything with
O'Neil
Bailey, so
Did
why
you
not
say
give
they're
her?
giving Titus O'Neil the Warrior Award?
No, he's telling us to take a guess. I'm gonna guess. I
think he said Titus O'Neil.
They're giving him the Warrior Award?
Yep.
Why?
That's exactly my point. Why they did this.
Why is Titus O'Neil getting the Warrior Award?
Because he's a good humanitarian.
What's that to do with the Ultimate Warrior? He wasn't a good guy at all.
They should change it into, I guess, a Titus O'Neil Award, I guess, since Warriors League.
Was like Ryback cutting promos on like Warrior's grave or something, and his wife, his widows told him not to be doing that or something? What was going on?
He's like Michael Hayes. He's doing the moonwalk on his grave.
I just heard something about
to do with Ultimate Warrior. Ryback's crazy.
What'd he do? It was something.
I've heard of this.
It was something where his widow told Ryback not to be doing that. Don't be using like. I'm not really sure her husband's name or something, and like he was standing on and something about standing on his grave. Maybe the chat room can fill us in on this, but I don't know.
I like to visit. This sounds morbid, like I'm some weirdo, but I like to visit graveyards in the Sandwich. All around really. There's a lot of old ones here, and they're cool to look at.
What's the problem with that?
Nothing. So I was at a Catholic one yesterday. It's a big Catholic one in town. And so there's different parts of it. This part's called Resurrection. This part Ascension. There's actually one where they bury, it's unconsecrated land where they bury people who committed suicide and stuff because it's a sin. But anyway, there's also a part, I have just nothing to do with wrestling. I don't know why I brought it up. But there's a part where they bury stillborns. And it was really like depressing, like walking through there because it's just one date. It's one day because they were born. And so some of them have the names and some of them are just marked baby. And I just like, wow, this is like really, this is creepy. Yeah. It's just baby.
Yeah, that is creepy.
Yeah, I like to bring the whole show to a halt. It's a very uplifting story.
Now I'm depressed.
Well, I'm gonna bring back something on Raw, back to wrestling in Steven's words.
There we go. I did not see a theme there, I guess was what
do you hate this Strowman gimmick where he does this running thing with his shoulder tackle and there's like train noises?
They do have a train sound effect that comes in now.
Come on.
A full-on train sound effect. It's like boo boo.
Are you serious?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Like, this is the worst. This stuff's just awful.
Like they're trying so hard. They're trying so hard to do
train noise.
The dumbest,
like a choo-choo. Like,
yes.
I just had a vision, Jack.
Nonsensical crap on and
I just had a vision, Jack, of you walking down a train track. And then me coming up behind you going.
You look like Otis when you did that. We should film that next time we're together. Let's film that.
But it's illegal.
For example,
you won't get on the train track
for Peacock, I think.
What?
I would be disowned.
I'm sure they're testing this to make this even sweeter for Peacock because they have to edit this Braun Strowman in
there. Who else? What other sound effects should they add in for people?
A guy named Awful Things just said, "I love this show." On God, what?
What?
I thought he was saying like, "I love this show." Oh God, but he says, "I love this show." On God, what? I always
I
wonder
don't
what
know.
1 inch
Well,
looks
thank
like.
you. I love that this show is on God. This is a very godly show.
I thought you said, "Oh God." I read it wrong at first, but it's on God. I don't
Vince
get that
Rudo
often.
says Incher said he would rather take Viscera's hump than a stink face from Rikishi.
You know, I mean, it probably depends whether Viscera was buying stuff off of Teddy before. You know, so.
Like, I get this. Stellar Stevens says Titus does charity work. That's all fine and good. But, I mean, come on. So do a lot of people. What's this have to do with anything?
I mean, John Cena did a lot of charity work too. So, I mean, a lot
Charity
of wrestlers do charity
You're not
work.
supposed to do charity work to get awards.
Yeah.
You're not supposed to bring attention to it. You're supposed to do it for the good of the world.
I think they just don't have anything left for Titus. It's just like, we can't let you wrestle anymore. So we'll give you an award.
Well, why
and you
is
can
he
be a
even there?
co-host. I don't know.
What is it about Titus that must be seen all the time?
I guess they think that they would feel bad if they fired Titus, but Great Khali becomes a U.S. citizen.
I'm
and he
not even
likes to
saying
get fired.
fire him, but jeez Louise.
I say firing.
I'm not against it. I don't want to see him.
Fire him.
I think I don't know. I don't know what's happening. Are you a big fan of Titus?
His greatest moment ever was slipping and falling underneath the ring at the world's greatest Royal Rumble.
Is slipping and falling like the new pushing and pulling?
Although he did have the keg and he fell over with the keg, and that was pretty awesome too.
Yeah, some great moments.
And that's his wrestling career, everybody. That is the best he's got. Anything else, forget about it.
Do you have a Titus tattoo, Lexar? Are you a big Titus O'Neil fan?
I don't know what his Titus logo is, but even if he does have it, I won't have it tattooed. Not even on my neck or my chest.
Would you get a wrestling tattoo? I think you should get an in your head tattoo. That'd be nice.
No.
What?
No tattoo. None.
In your head, right across your heart. What if all of us here, the Headyverse elites, and we'll put Vic Schiavone in here with us, we all get matching in your head tattoos across our heart?
Vince Rudo brings up Titus likes kissing on the mouth, just saying. And Awful Thing says, how about stopping Vince on the ramp? Like when he spun him around and got him in a bit of trouble.
Right. I thought he was going to get fired for that.
But yet now they're giving him awards, so I don't know.
What a putz.
What?
He's a putz.
He's a good man.
Why? Why? Just because you said he is? There's lots of good people. Big friggin' deal. Well, since when has WWE been a company that rewards good people? Do they reward anyone else for being a good person? There's more to it. There's something shady here is what I'm saying. They don't have a history of rewarding goodness. They have a history of making people feel bad.
Didn't Perry Saturn save a woman from getting beat up on? Where's his run? Where's his award?
Give this guy the Warrior Award.
Yeah.
Why is it even called the Warrior Award? What is it about the Ultimate Warrior that personifies good person? Good that wasn't even the original concept of the Warrior Award. He wanted it to be an award to give to like crew members and stuff, the unsung heroes of WWE, not active wrestlers who are good guys or kids. He wanted to give it to like someone, one of the producers or someone who builds the ring and stuff.
You're not faring too well in the chat room here, Jack. Everybody's siding with Lexar.
Fuck Titus O'Neil.
Jonathan Jackson, Lexar likes the mouth kissing. Stellar Steven, he says Lexar isn't a hater.
I'm not an infatuator. And the point is, if you think WWE is a history of liking good people, you're mistaken.
Well, it's not about that. WWE does lots of charity work too. I mean, they
tell us. They make sure to tell us.
Yeah, Make-A-Wish.
That's not real charity. They make sure to go, hey, look at us, look what we did. Yeah. They patted themselves in the back way more than Barry Horowitz ever has. Put him in the Hall of Fame. I saw Barry Horowitz. He's on Facebook saying, I'm Barry Horowitz. I was a big part of the WWE. I made the superstars look like superstars. Put me in the Hall of Fame. Throw me a bone. I gave my life, my body to the WWE.
Now, Jack, you've been a producer on Hollywood movies, right?
Hollywood.
You've made some Hollywood pictures. Now, here is a picture that you need to make. Galgo13 brings up in the chat room. Batista got pissed when Vince McMahon suspended Titus. Titus and Batista might make a movie together. There you go. Put those Jack dollars to work and let's get the Titus Batista movie made. This is going to be
I don't think the Jack dollars will cover Batista money. I think he gets paid the big bucks.
You think he get so we just got
after Guardians of the Galaxy? I think he's a high paid man.
So how about we get Titus and then a guy that looks like Batista? You think?
Okay, that works.
Okay,
Horseshoe or somebody.
Yeah.
I think he passed away.
Or like the guy who's like his.
How about Tomko? I think we can make Tomko, bring him out of retirement.
Yeah, he's kind of Batista-esque.
Yeah, we'll make him our Batista. Mm-hmm. Tomko will be the Batista of Headyverse Productions.
There we go.
Tyson Tomko.
Titus and Tyson Tomko.
What the hell's Lexar doing?
Tony Atlas.
Back for us.
Tony Atlas was confused once he was told about the Tyler Rex thing about the sex change. Tony Atlas was confused that it was Brodus Clay who had the sex change. He was like, "What?
Why?"
He was like, "I just seen him on the Greg Gutfeld show," and he was thinking that
he got a penis.
He was thinking Tyrus had the sex change. So that was kind of amusing watching Tony react to that.
All right.
Tyler Rex was featured in one of those daytime talk shows I watch.
Oh,
they did like a feature on him and did an interview with him and his wife.
Her and his wife. Her and
his wife.
Does that turn you on now? Since it now would be hot lesbian action.
That's why they could have brought her back.
Yeah. Now Lexar's jerking it to it.
No.
All right.
Why
you have a question for the
Ryan Mason? Who's Ryan Mason? What's Ryan Mason got to do?
Oh yeah, we had him on the show a couple times. He was big dude. Now he does like Circus Soleil.
Yeah. Huh.
All right, Lexar. Do you have a question for the Headyverse before we go to the questions from the?
Yes. I actually got a news item and a question. So I'll give you the news item first. Okay, so the Thunderdome is still going to be a thing post WrestleMania. So we're still in a pandemic. And until everybody get a vaccine, I don't think things will be going back to normal. And with the full stadium crowds, full arena crowds, I don't think we're not going to see that until post WrestleMania next year.
Then it will be beyond Thunderdome.
We'll have more Thunderdome.
Why's Tina Turner got to retire now? I mean, they could have had her singing that song,
Bring her out of retirement.
Yeah, pay her the bucks. Get her to do it.
There's a match they should bring back. Or do you want to see that back? The Thunderdome cage.
Oh.
The Thunderdome cage.
Yeah. Remember Sting and was that Ric Flair and Sting against
Great Muta and Terry Funk.
Great Muta and Terry Funk.
That's when Sting tore his leg apart, right when he was going to be the man.
Oh, Brains was saying Ryan Mason could be the cheap Batista. Oh, okay. I see what it's saying.
I see. I like the Tomko.
Tomko's pretty good. Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to help the man out.
Mm-hmm.
See, we're all about charity here and being good people.
Exactly.
Just like Titus.
So fuck these assholes. Fuck that guy.
Where's our trophy?
Yeah, where's our warrior award? Guy he was saying Bobby Heenan deserved cancer and to get his face cut out. But he's like a great guy. I mean, come on.
With the Jackie Jones head. Where's the inch your head award for in your head?
The Inch Your Head Award. The Jackie Jones Head Award. Bam. Let's get it done.
Do it up. Booyah! All right. Clint Williams wants to know. This is President Clinton for the unaware, the uninitiated. Sup?
Doing the show.
Where are you?
Hanging with my pals.
Mhm.
High five, everybody. Get in there, Alexa. There you go. Good man. Tyler Stevens wants to know, where's the beef? Right here.
Apparently Randy Orton took it all.
True. I used some of my stimulus money to buy a home weight gym.
Oh, yeah? Cool. That'll be good. What all was it got? Like,
I didn't even get it yet, but I ordered it. It's being shipped.
is it bench press?
No, because I can't use like heavy weight, so it's more like pulls and stuff.
Oh, yeah? Okay. Cool.
To
That's
build
gonna be-
lean muscle. I can't use heavy weights because of the stomach surgery.
Oh, I see.
I had
That's
people don't know had multiple hernia repair.
Mm-hmm.
Jack is clanking and banking.
Exactly.
Clanking and banking. Mhm.
Dobbs Dean Maya. Are those shoes filled with sacrificed people's blood?
Mm-hmm.
Lil Nas X put out, I thought they were pretty cool. These sneakers, and they were limited to 666 copies, and I think there were pairs, and there's something about there was like his blood is in them, or the blood of Satan is in them.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I thought it was pretty funny, but I saw people losing their mind about it.
I have
Those
a
are very
pin.
expensive shoes. Those are very expensive shoes. 1,000.
I thought they looked really cool. I'd wear them, but I wouldn't pay $1,000 for a pair of sneakers.
I have a pinball machine that its model number is 666.
It's the sign of the beast.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it is kind of strange they released it with that model number. It's Mars God of War, but like you can find on the model number, it says 666, which is kind of weird. I don't know why they didn't just skip a number or something.
Dobbs Dean Maya. I'm sure no one thought about it.
It is the first talking Gottlieb machine. The Gottlieb's the brand name, and that's the
Yeah,
first
they make
one.
a lot of slot machines, I've noticed.
Bali does, yeah. Bali and Williams. I don't know who does Gottlieb stuff nowadays. I don't know if they're still a company.
There wasn't any wrestling related slot machines, but there was someone told me not I posted this on the picture on Facebook, and people said don't tell this to Lexa. I won $500 on a penny slot machine right before I came home.
Recently?
Yeah, last week.
What's your secret?
Do you have that money with you right now,
What's your
Jack?
secret?
Not on me. I don't have my wallet.
Yeah, send that.
Just pull it out right now. Don't even
Send
pick
half
up.
of it.
Just like, look here, Lexar. That would have been so great if you had it on you still. I've got you. You sent me the picture on Instagram.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying to see. I know I posted the picture, seeing if I could find it.
Let me see. I could.
Don't
probably
even
bring it up.
post it.
Lexar, you need to see it though. I mean,
No.
you need to see it.
It was a Game of Thrones machine.
Look at all.
How much are the
that
lines?
cash, Lexar. Look at all that cash. Look at it.
Ah!
Look at it. Look at him. He's like, look at me, Lexar. I want all this money. at the casino. Why don't you come and spend your money at the casino? Look at. Oh. Oh, well, good. There he is.
That was me coming home. It was good luck to win it right before.
There's $100 bill, another $100 bill, another one, 20, 20, 20, 20, 20. That is $500, Lexar. It's just waiting for you at the casino. All you got to do is steal some money out of your mom's purse, go down to the casino, and put it in a slot machine. You can pay her back once you get all that money.
Hey.
I'm actually gonna try to do that. Like I'm gonna like no, for real.
Game of Thrones machine.
This is real.
Okay, I take it back. Don't
Mom.
do what I'm saying, Lexar. I'm just.
I was thinking about it before you did.
It was.
I was thinking about it before you
Don't
even
steal your
said
mom's
it.
money.
It's the 666. I didn't mean it. Don't do that, Lexar.
Don't steal your mom's
Tell
money.
Jack to spend $100 to me.
He wants 100.
I'll try to get a
go double your money.
I'll join a Facebook account. I'll make a Facebook account.
Now, if you
and
would
I'll
make
follow
like a
Jack.
YouTube video of you going down and like just putting the money in and everything, and send it to us so we could have control of it and put it up, I'd be halfway tempted to do that.
But there's strict rules at the casino I go to in Queens,
A lot
New
of them
York.
don't have those rules ananymore about video. You can most of them you can take video in now.
I know the one that I used to go to, they may have abolished it, but
Yeah, they used to. All casinos you weren't allowed, but I think since so many people have phones, they just pretty much get rid of that.
Oh, okay. I mean, really, I think it'd just be advertisement. You going crazy like, oh, I just won. That has the Lexar effect.
Dobbs Dean wants to know
the Lexar effect, where you're like, I need to go down to the casino and win some for myself.
Dobbs wants to know.
I got a question of my own. So, which is the best Snoop Dogg inspired entrance theme? Sasha Banks or Cody Rhodes?
None.
I apologize to Al about it.
What'd you say to Al?
He told me not to bring this up to Lexar because he said I didn't want to listen to an hour of Lexar talking about slot machines. Who has the best? Who is a Cody Rhodes? And I'll say Sasha. I think it fits Sasha better.
Yes.
I don't think it really fits Cody Rhodes.
No, it doesn't. But I don't like. I prefer Sasha's original one. I don't like it very well either. But whatever.
Dobbs wants to know if we would drink cow urine for the health benefits.
What sort of health benefits does this give?
They show this here over in England where he is. You can buy it on the I don't know if it's Amazon or what. Purified cow urine. Oh, Lord.
You don't do that in America. No, I don't know. I wouldn't do it. No, that sounds. I mean,
I sent a thing to intro. This guy was selling his farts online for $85.
And if you wanted cow urine, couldn't you just go get it from like a farmer or something? Be like, hey, get me some cow. Why you got to order it off of Amazon? You know.
I think that's from UK because I see like a euro sign.
Yeah, it was. I think it's big in India and stuff. People drinking.
Like who thought that was a good idea? It was like, this cow's peeing a lot. I think I want to drink its urine. Like, have you ever drank a glass of urine from anything? No, I don't think I ever will either.
No, I don't think so either. I wonder if Dobbs is that what Dobbs drinks? Maybe that's how he stays youthful.
Maybe.
Dobbs
Van Buren for the urine.
Dobbs wants to know what's up with Freaky Seeky these days. He's So they brought this to my attention the other day on the old In Your Head message board.
Mm-hmm.
Seeky's on there replying to like posts from like 10 and 12 years ago.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's pretty awesome.
No one else is there. That made me. It was pretty
Well,
awesome.
we should probably go start posting there.
Yeah, I actually tried to, but I couldn't remember the password, and it wouldn't let me But I don't know if people would go back. It would be fun to go back to the
Let's
board.
see if we can reach Siki from the beyond here. Let's see if I can get onto it. Do I even have it saved anymore?
It's on the old. It's on the site.
Let's see.
I remember President Clinton was a huge Zeke mark for me.
Oh yeah, we all are. You'd probably like his song, "The Hickory Stick."
Hickory Stick.
Okay, let's see. Log in.
Little Catholic schoolgirl's gonna get it quick. Gonna bend over and take this dick. That was one of the lines in the song.
It's something Songman will sing.
Probably.
See?
Jeez, I don't even know my password anymore, apparently.
Yeah. So here was on the Mandy Rose and her perfect ass. So it was last commented on in 2012, August of 2012. Oh no, yeah. And so Siki was, am I the only one who wants to put hickeys on her ass and lick whipped cream off it? Let me know. Oh, really? Think about it.
Ensure you're a moderator here.
Oh no, he posted that. Yeah, he posted that in January.
Yeah, like I'm trying to reset my password, but I can't get in there yet. But
yeah, I can't get it. It doesn't even say I'm a moderator. Maybe Intro just banned me from the message board.
I didn't ban you, I don't think.
Because it says all the moderators are Intro and Van. Don't even mention me.
Well, it wasn't like when we switched over, like you didn't want to be a moderator or something like that. I can't remember.
So how do you even post on this anymore? I can't even remember.
You have to log in, but it says you're logged in, Steven. It says registered users online right now are Rick Rude's mustache. He's over here checking it out. Sid and Steven in Toronto.
So like I said, so you just go.
The hell? I haven't heard from. I remember Sid and Rick Rude's mustache. He's over. Was he listening to the show? Went over to or is he just always lurking around here on the board?
He messaged me on Facebook, so he probably knows how to listen. I would think.
Yeah, but
there's this wrestling.
On the message board.
There's this wrestling news site called Wrestling Inc. And in the comment section, I always see him doing responses to the articles on there.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Rick Rude's mustache.
There, look, Steven just replied, yeah, Mandy has a great ass. Always great.
There you go.
It's gonna bring back the message board. You can't
this
say a lot of stuff over on the Facebook anymore. You'll get banned. You can do it over on the In Your Head board. Talk about licking whipped cream off asses.
This is Siki's tribute to In Your Head. He's bringing it back. Yeah. He's resurrecting the message board.
Backing that ass up.
I told it to send me a request so I can reset my.
I did that a couple days ago and I never got anything.
Didn't send me anything yet.
Yeah. We'll figure it out. We'll get back on there. All right. Where the hell are the questions? I can't find them now. Oh, whoops. Oh, here we go. I see on the board it says Intro wanted to weigh someone's penis live on the show.
Oh. I was saying that would be our opportunity, but
right. I agree. I agree.
Randy Orton was the one who was bringing it up.
Robert Budzinski wants to know, why won't you try the poo coffee? Because it comes out of an animal's asshole. I think that's all you need to know.
Goes without saying, yeah.
Alub, how does Intra feel about making it into a French textbook?
Making it into a French textbook.
Yeah, there's an accompanied picture here.
Okay, let's see this picture. That's not me. That's ridiculous.
So this was in the textbook. It was trying to show you the comparison between a horse's bones and a human bones, but it makes it look kind of shady.
Yeah, that doesn't. Yeah, doesn't look quite right. They had to know that's what they were doing.
They were snickering themselves while they're drawing it.
They're like, this is actually going to be in the textbook. That is a person that was just bored with their job. There's other ways you could illustrate that where it wouldn't look such like it's looking.
You look happy in it anyway.
That's not me. That's somebody photoshopped it.
What?
Somebody photoshopped that.
Jason Mitten wants to know, did you
it
call?
Was probably the guy who asked the question.
Jason Mitten, did you call me a proud boy last week, knowing good and well the only thing I'm proud of is being your young boy? Oh, that warms up my heart.
Mm-hmm.
Jason Mitten, my young boy. You think I'll ever see him again? I haven't seen him in a couple of years now. Used to hang out, used to ride the roads together. Now it's just a distant memory.
Stellar Steven, he's asked this question once before in the chat room, but I'll answer it real quick. Does OIB watch the Castlevania show? I've seen it, and I have on my Patreon, I have a longer discussion about it. But yes, I've seen it, and I appreciate that they're doing something on Castlevania, but am I a fan of the show? I'm very wishy-washy. I'm not. I don't like some aspects about it, and some aspects I do kind of like about it. But yeah, I'm kind of in between on that one. I'm not crazy about certain aspects about the show. So there you go, Stellar Steven.
Skid mark of the beast.
Skid mark of the beast. What?
No, what the hell's going on? Awful things with it. How did Jack and Incher meet? We mentioned earlier, actually, on the Get in the Ring board.
Mm-hmm.
Is Jack being possessed by Pallbearer? I don't think I did a Pallbearer impression tonight, did I?
No.
Oh, yes. My paw. I can't do it very good anymore. The voices are. I thought the yes was pretty good. Oh, yes. I always think a secret to a good Pallbearer impression. People just think of the voice, but there's also an orgasmic quality to it. Like there's a sexual oh yes. I think you need to get that when you're.
Is that how you sounded when you won that 500 at the casino?
Yes. Why Undertaker?
I think you did that more better than you do the woo nowadays. Ric Flair's woo.
Woo! Not working. Woo! Woo! That was pretty good. Woo! Cracks a little bit at the end there.
Yeah.
Start a new. I don't want to start a new board. What would be the point? The old board has history. If you start a new board, you lose all that. And no one wants to everyone go join a new board. So I think the only reason I'd want to join a message board is if it had the old stuff on there and you could kind of relive the memories. You know what I mean?
See all the comments we would.
Yeah, I don't think starting a new one makes any sense. Golgo 13 thinks Freaky Seeky has a heavy penis. Jonathan Jackson wants a war chant. Should I give it a shot?
Jeez, they're trying to kill your voice tonight, aren't they? I think it's a mental thing. It's a mental thing with you. Clear your head. Clear your head. There's none of this presence of you can't do it anymore. Just think about it. You've got it. Let it be. Be the war chant, Jack. Be the war chant.
Hey, 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 hey. That wasn't even close. That was just like a war anger. I was like, argh. I think I forgot how to do it. We'll try. Urias Tosh. What's it like being role models?
It's
The
like
thing
an
is,
everyday
it's like
thing.
when you ask someone, what's it like having, a wrestler for a dad? What's it like growing up in the wrestling business? What's it like being a mastermind? What's it like being, totally sexy? All these things. How do I know what it's like to be a role model? How does Intra know what it's like to be a role model when we have nothing else to compare it to? We've always been role models. We'll always be role models. So how do we know what it's like to be a commoner? It's just the way we are. It's a blessing and a curse. John Barker, why do some refs count when someone is standing on the turnbuckle? Has anyone been DQ'd because of it? That'd be a hell of an ending of a match.
Yeah, that'd be something, wouldn't it?
2 Nights of Mania. Take that in for a second. God damn. I think it's already started, isn't there? Been there's Raw, and when's the Hall of Fame? I don't want to watch any of this.
Thursday,
shit.
I think, before the main.
No, it's on Tuesday.
Is
on
it
Tuesday night.
I thought it was a Thursday. Okay.
Oh, that's next Tuesday?
So you'll be competing against the Hall of Fame.
Are we going to do the show, or are you going to skip it and watch a fucking Hall of Fame?
I'll join you guys.
Aw.
See, that just makes you want to do the show. So
it does. Thank you, Lexar.
Mhm.
That no joking. Sincere from my heart. That was very nice to hear. It's very uplifting. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Well, we'll have to also go with NXT too, because they're gonna be tweeting within your head too.
The
Yeah.
song man ruins it all. He's like, well, I'm gonna watch NXT, not listen to this.
That's on Wednesday.
No, it's moving to Tuesdays.
Yeah, it is going to.
Are they gonna have it the same night that they're doing the Hall of Fame? They're gonna
No,
compete with their own
Tuesday in
show?
2 weeks.
Yeah, so they're not gonna compete with their own program.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Impact is going to move on Thursday, so we're gonna have wrestling every night of the week.
Yeah.
Is Incher surprised that Jack is a fan of rappers wearing Satan sneakers or tennis shoes, as inbred Southerners call them?
What? Why is he putting the inbred Southerners? I think he just wanted to take a shot at me. That was about.
I have a scar right here. I don't know if you can see that.
Yeah.
I ran into a car when I was 6. It cut my head open.
Did you run into the car, or did the car run into
I
you?
ran into the car. It was not moving.
Ouch.
Were you-
5 or 6. I just have a scar
bleeding?
here. I can't see it too much anymore, but that's where a cat landed on my face. My cat was up in the tree, and I was like, jump down, I'll catch you, like you always say, but you don't expect it to happen. The cat said, okay, and jumped down right on my face. Cut my lip really good.
Ouch.
Vic Schiavone wants to know. On
Did
here.
you see that?
Getting turned on.
Oh.
Yeah.
He's got a scar.
Yep.
Steven's showing off his scars.
This is like Jaws.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna show. I got a lot of scars, but Incher, everyone out there, the deepest scars, the scars that affect me the most, you can't see it all. Everyone's got scars, but the scars in here are what makes a man.
Lexar's got one on his arm there.
Is that from shooting up heroin?
No, my house looked like caught on fire, and I had to escape through a window.
How many houses have you burned down?
I
I
didn't
just
burn down
started
that.
listening to Firestarter. Now, when these fires start, do they just? Is this something you just think
No,
about?
my mom like left like the Christmas tree lights on for way too long, and it just
yeah, that'll do it.
Oh, damn. Well, I'm
my
glad
mom
you
forgot
didn't
to turn
die.
off.
The Fiend doesn't even have that. He was burned up with gasoline.
Yeah.
Vic Schiavone. After seeing the story about the tragedy in Alabama, is Jack going to have second thoughts about walking on the train tracks? We covered this before. I'm sorry anyone died, but they either tried to kill themselves or they were out of their minds on drugs or booze. Nothing against them. Al Oob, will you guys rock these outfits more often? So there's a accompanied picture here of us in some new fashion, sure. And Lexar is also in this.
What?
Oh.
What is that?
Okay. But yeah, the original picture is some kind of fashion, like on a runway, like people like.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd wear that. Walk around town carrying the insurance.
Do you want me? It looked like I had a little accident.
Yeah, but not on the picture with me, but you on the one with Lexar. And Lexar doesn't look like he's enjoying it.
No. Surprised he can carry me like that. He's a pretty strong guy.
Intro, you looked really happy though carrying Lexar.
Mm-hmm.
He must be a fine smelling individual. Do you think those are Photoshop too, or are those real ones?
Those are probably, they look pretty crystal clear to me.
I remember when that happened.
Look pretty legit.
Too legit to quit.
Mm-hmm.
Nikhil Callahan's got some questions for us fine folks. Number one, thoughts on NXT moving to Tuesdays? Are we going to lose Steven? Do you think he'll still listen to the show, or is he going to be NXT bound?
Oh, I'll probably be tuning into In Your Head.
There you go, Steve.
I can always watch NXT on demand. So
Or DVR it.
Yeah, my DVR messed up. I DVR'd some shows last week. Then I went to watch them. They were all pixelated. I don't know what's going on.
Oh, that's weird. That sucks.
Yeah. Cornette is saying Cody and Brandy don't care about wrestling. They just want to be the next Triple H and Stephanie, and within 18 months, the EVPs will start fighting backstage. Do you agree? I mean, he doesn't know these people. Like, he might have known he's a kid, but how does he know if... I kind of doubt Cody would have gotten this far if he didn't care about wrestling.
I think he cares about it.
Why would he? I don't think he would even pursue it.
Seems like he cares about the Rhodes legacy and he wants to carry it on. So
I watched a clip of Jim Ross recently, and someone had asked him if people in AEW, the wrestlers, if how much they care about Cornette's, always attacking them, and he said he's literally never heard any of the guys mention it.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Which I doubt that. I doubt that's true. Well, maybe he's never heard anybody, but I do think it's probably fairly true. I mean, why would you? You can't let that bother you. But I mean, we've seen guys tweet about it, so to say that no one ever brings it up, I don't think is accurate.
Mm-hmm.
It is. I mean, we say this every week, though. It is like this weird, like just this personal, like venomous thing. It's bizarre.
Yeah. Yeah.
Any memories, favorite matches of the newest Hall of Fame members? Kane?
Yes.
I was a fan of Kane up until probably the last 5 years.
So what was your favorite moment with Kane in the
It was
wrestling?
cool. Honestly, his debut was cool. I thought his match, that blood match where they poured the blood down on Austin, that was cool.
Mm-hmm.
I think he had a good match with Jericho once.
How did they transition from the talk box to like where he just talked normal?
That's a good question. I think they just stopped doing it. I don't think it was ever explained.
No explanation.
I don't think. I could be wrong, but I don't think.
Well, X-Pac, remember, said he didn't need it anymore when he was teaming with him. Leading up to
I like that. Didn't he tombstone Linda McMahon once?
Oh yeah,
that was pretty cool.
They banned that in Canada.
Oh really?
When he did that,
did you lose your shit and say, "We will not have our freedoms removed. You will not erase this from history"?
No, it was like male and female violence.
Old lady Linda pile driven by a killer on TV.
They just banned male on female violence. Yeah.
Did they ban Kane shocking Shane McMahon's testicles?
Oh no, they showed that. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Testicles are fine. Did you ever try that, Lexar? Zapping your balls?
No, never.
Intro, do you have a favorite Kane moment? I like Kane now that he's not on TV.
Yeah. Probably
well, I don't really
Team
like
Hell No. Team Hell No.
Oh, you know what? That was probably the last thing that he did that I liked.
Mm-hmm.
There's times I like Kane. And just after a while, it's like God, we got to keep seeing Kane. The Great Khali, he was used to be kind of a guilty pleasure of mine until they made him a real comedy guy.
Yeah.
Honestly, his match with Cena was good. When Cena won the title from him.
Oh yeah.
Surprisingly, that was a good match.
Yeah.
He was one of those guys I would say that, back in the day, some of these guys had great entrance music, but were not even good workers. Like, he was one of them that I loved for entrance music, but I agree with Cena.
Oh, you like the music? Yeah. He did have cool music, honestly.
Yeah. Well, the last man standing, I would say, with Taker. It was a good match.
He killed a man in the ring once.
Killed.
Do you have a favorite Great Khali moment, Steven?
Oh, when he came face to face with the Great Charlie. You remember that? Do you know Ranjan Singh still works for the WWE? Like,
oh, he does.
Now I'm asking you guys, like,
does he?
He used to work. So I'm wondering who's going to induct Khali. I wonder if it would be Ranjan Singh.
Yeah, it's a weird one. Who do you get to induct the Great Khali? Batista?
Oh, I think I have an idea. Remember Johnny Knoxville and Steve-O for the Jackass stunt?
Beth Phoenix, wasn't she? Who was paired with him? Wasn't there a weird group for a while? Maybe it was Natty Neidhart. Hornswoggle.
What I want to know is what do you do once you give him the award and he gets up to speak?
Exactly.
You just sit back and enjoy yourself. What if he just standing there and he just gave like this really eloquent speech?
Some people think that I spoke like that my entire career, but actually I am quite elegant.
Do you have a favorite Great Khali moment, Lexar?
I remember Great Khali's first match in WWE. He fought The Undertaker, dominated, and pinned him. It's a big shocker.
Are you related to him? You kind of look like him.
No.
I'm just kidding.
And I think Solomon got his wrestlers confused. It wasn't the Great Khali that beat up the Jackass guys. It was Umaga.
Oh yeah.
Umaga. Umaga was really good. How about RVD? Huge fan of RVD back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
For me, definitely the ECW stuff. I would look forward to the ECW pay-per-views to see the RVD matches.
Yeah. That was great stuff back then. But
by the way, do you think
Bam Bam?
Do you actually think they're gonna edit out that, by the way, with the way the F-bomb was overbooked on this one with him and Cena? I wonder if they're gonna take this off Peacock because we're gonna be hitting the 15th anniversary coming soon. And that was his big moment, RVD versus Cena for the title.
Oh, I don't know. Like, did he have a promo or something where he said the F word?
Oh no, you remember the crowd dropping the F-bomb at Cena.
Oh,
Oh.
the crowd.
Yeah.
I don't know if they'll edit out. I mean,
That's the main thing I know for sure they're gonna get rid of.
They have R-rated movies on there. I think people are getting a little ahead of themselves, thinking they're going to edit out like everything to the nth degree, because they have R-rated movies on the on Peacock.
Mm-hmm.
But I think they edited that kind of stuff out on WWE TVs a lot of times when they would show it. You know, they wouldn't have bombs. What was your favorite match of the year? I say wait to the headies to find out.
Bam.
No spoilers. What was your thoughts on Baron Corbin being the newest member of the Hurt Business? Well, I think I don't know.
I haven't seen it, but it sounds awful.
I agree. Do you feel the last 6 to 8 weeks of Dynamite has been good TV with great wrestling matches and storyline progression? I think that, he says. Yeah, I've been digging it.
Been enjoying it. Yeah.
We're
going to have Christian Cage make his debut this week.
Yeah, against the Intra Hall of Famer. I think that happened yesterday, didn't it? Or tonight on AEW Ascension.
Oh, is it not even going to be on Dynamite?
No, I don't think so. I think it was on the other show, the Dark. I forget what's called. Elevation. Too many shows.
Maybe they are booking Christian Cage wrong if his big debut ain't even on the main show.
Yeah, I mean, I like it's my favorite wrestling show, but there's things that I think they do wrong, like that guy. I didn't even know when he debuted. He was the mystery guy in the ladder match. I didn't know who he was. They didn't explain who he was. Mm-hmm. And since then, I've never seen him on TV. I guess he wrestles on Dark, but I don't watch Dark. But it seems weird. Like, you make a big deal about this guy coming in and he's never on the show.
Yeah. Well, didn't they have him on a show and like he was cutting the promo and the audio got fucked up for his promo? Like, and then the whole match too.
The basketball.
Yeah. So that, and then they didn't even give him a make good. You know, like he should have had a make good for having his promo just destroyed, because he is a good talker. Adam Page.
Ethan Page.
I'm sorry.
When do you I guess think wrestling companies will start having packed indoor arenas? I don't know if, I mean, maybe eventually, but I don't think for a while we'll actually have
probably not for a while. Yeah,
full on packed.
We'll have to see. Like,
I don't know if we'll ever will, to be honest, but
yeah. Well, hopefully, eventually we get back to it, but we'll have to just wait and see.
It'll be a while. I think it'll be at least a year before we actually have like really. I think they'll have, partially full, but before like completely full, I don't know. It'll be a while, I think.
That's what I said. Like, after WrestleMania next year, they might start having like full crowds again.
Yeah. We'll have to wait till everyone gets the vaccine and also see how that, if that stops, the spread of everything.
Galgo says Christian and Frankie's is going to be on Dynamite tomorrow.
Oh, really? Okay, that's cool. I actually thought it was going to be on the Dark show, but I know Dynamite, he says here, yeah. Will you watch the new Suicide Squad with John Cena? Nope.
I didn't see the first one. Probably won't watch this one. I don't know. I might go back and watch it. I don't know. I'd have to see the first one.
I couldn't finish it. I hate it.
Like, is it going to be a continuation or is it just a whole redone movie? I mean,
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I was a guy that always like, I'd see people like make big proclamations, I've never watched this, or I'm watching this. I don't like superhero. I was always think like, who cares? Good for you. Who gives a shit? No one gives a shit.
Mm-hmm.
All that being said, I think I'm good with never seeing another superhero movie again. I think I've had my fill.
With that, I'll raise you and I'll say I've seen the new one, the new
Snyder's
Justice
Cut?
League.
Yeah,
I watched the whole thing.
I'm not watching.
I'll say this: is it a great movie? Not necessarily. Is it better than the original? Yes, it is better than the original.
Better than one of the worst movies I've ever seen. That's not saying a lot, but I have no interest in watching it.
It is a better movie, and they do explain things a lot better. But it's basically a new movie because they refilmed like all this stuff and put it in. I mean,
it's the original shot, but they didn't
Yeah.
film too. They didn't film too much new stuff, but it's a different cut.
well, there's a lot of footage that they added because I've seen both
Well,
copies.
I know, but some of it is just stuff that was cut out of the first one. is what I'm saying.
Was it? Okay. I don't know how much refilming they did, but a lot of it is new. So, but it may be old footage added in and then new refilm stuff. But
Yeah, there's not a lot that was filmed specifically for this. There was a lot of stuff that was cut out of the first one because then a lot of stuff in the last one you saw was filmed for that one, and they cut out a lot.
yeah, I'm not saying it's a great film or anything, but I will say
I don't
better
like
than
his
the original.
movies to begin with, and I don't know. That's cool. I don't want to shit on people.
You were a Watchmen fan though, weren't you?
Yeah, but most of his movies I hate, like Sucker
After that.
Punch.
I've never
I don't even
seen
really like
that.
Dawn of the Dead. I know a lot of people love his Dawn of the Dead.
Mm-hmm. I seen it. I
All these
didn't
people do.
mind it, but I've never rewatched it. I mean, it wasn't something I was like, I got to go back and see that again.
But yeah, I try to watch I forget the Vision show. I couldn't take it. No interest in watching the new one with about Winter Soldier. I haven't liked any of the DC movies besides Joker, and that's not really part of the DC thing. So I've had my fill.
Awful Thing says they should make a Sopranos or Seinfeld movie. I don't know about Seinfeld, but
no,
I thought they were going to do a Sopranos.
They're doing a Sopranos prequel movie.
Yeah,
about his dad and Uncle Junior. It was going to be a series at first, but I think now it's just going to be a movie.
Wasn't his son, Gandolfini's son, going to play him or something?
I'm not sure.
I heard something like that. I don't know.
But I'm definitely interested in that.
Yeah.
I don't think Seinfeld movie really works. I mean, you can't have someone else play those characters. And by the way, if anyone did want more Seinfeld, if you watch, they did a season of Curb Your Enthusiasm with everybody, which was a better send off than the actual ending of the show. So I would go watch that if you want more. It was great, very meta. You know, they were playing themselves. It was good.
Vince Rudo wants to know, was the Snyder Cut better than Spaceballs? And with that, I'm going to say no.
Well, I'll probably give you that. I mean, I at least watch Spaceballs. I don't even want to watch this.
Steppenwolf, though, is a lot like it explains his reasoning.
Yeah, but then he's still just this big CGI goof.
I actually think I liked him better in the original than and that's not saying much, but and then there's a lot of stuff at the end that's that wasn't in the original. That's pretty neat, I think. But I don't want to ruin it for anybody.
No, I've seen a lot of people really love it.
Mm-hmm.
Good night, Steve.
Out now, boys. Good night.
Nighty night.
And before I go, though, let me just I want to give my congratulations to my fellow Canadian William Shatner for being the WWE Hall of Fame celebrity this year. They just announced that, and I put it on there. Jerry Lawler. Well, I don't think Jerry Lawler would probably induct him, maybe.
More than likely, I would say that would be the obvious choice.
But
I would say anyone who's like all excited about William Shatner going in, you don't have the right to question Great Khali going in. You think William Shatner deserves it.
Oh yeah. But until next time, good night.
Good night.
Right. Are you looking forward to Christian Cage versus Kazarian this week in Dynamite? And do you have any memories of their ladder match at TNA Genesis 2007? I did not know that happened.
Vince Rudo, I didn't really even understand the scene that you're speaking of. So, but I don't want to ruin it and say it on the show. So, but it was a strange scene, I thought. It was just out of place. What was the question? I'm sorry, Jack.
Are you looking forward to Christian Cage versus Kazarian this week? Yeah, sure.
I'll check it out. I mean, yeah, I'll give it a chance. I mean, it's a guy that's clearly should be in the main event.
And do you have any memories of their ladder match from TNA Genesis 2007? I have no memories of that match whatsoever.
No.
Oh, by the way, you like my Easter decorations?
Yeah, I seen you got some eggs up there. Yeah. Is there anything in those eggs?
Maybe.
You should hide them around the house, and maybe a little intro will come hippity hopping looking for some eggs.
Ooh, yeah.
Some Easter eggs.
I got some seeds for Intra's eggs.
The hell's he talking about, Lexar?
Who do you feel has been underutilized in AEW? Currently,
Miro.
Orange Cassidy. What?
Miro.
Miro, excellent choice. Yeah.
That's a good answer. Underutilized in AEW. I would have said Kenny Omega, but now he's the champion and everything else.
I actually think Seidel's been really good.
Yeah.
I don't know if you could push him as a big star, but I think his matches are good. Him versus Kenny Omega was good.
Yeah, that's a lot of good answers.
Maybe Lucha Brothers.
Yeah, definitely Penta El Cerro and Phoenix, because I think Phoenix could be a lot bigger than what he is.
When did you first hear about the Bullet Club?
Probably the shirts was when I was first like.
Yeah, I agree. Sometime, we were doing the show. So.
Yeah. Because I didn't really even like. I think I seen the shirt and I wasn't that familiar with it, and I think you explained it to me that they do the too sweet thing and all that. And
I
think that was.
I don't get the appeal of all that. To me, it just comes. I don't want to go into it. People get mad, but I don't understand why you just want to rip off like the phrases and
the price.
Yeah, I mean, I don't get it. I don't get how that's original or interesting or funny or anything. I just think it's lame. Why don't you like the Good Brothers? I just don't think they're good at anything. I don't think they stand out in any way, and I think they clearly think they're hilarious, and I don't find them funny. And if just me not find them funny is fine, but the fact that they act like they're hilarious is off-putting, and then add on to it, kind of doubles down when they're not funny, and then they act like they're really funny. I don't like them. Do you think Adam Cole or Kyle O'Reilly should be moved up to the main roster when their feud is over? I don't even like that terminology, the main roster, because I think the NXT brand, when it's on regular TV, it is main roster at that point.
I'm not convinced on Kyle O'Reilly, but I will say that if Adam Cole is moved up to the main roster, they will not use him.
Yeah, I would just focus on NXT being a main its own show and keep the guys that excel there on there.
As long as Vince McMahon's still alive, Adam Cole will be buried on Raw.
And if you call Raw and SmackDown the main roster, it always keeps NXT as the second tier.
Yeah.
And if you have it on actual television, you can't present it as like the minor leagues.
Hey, what'd you think about that one group, Ali's group, them breaking up?
I was so thrilled. I thought it was on the level of when the Mega Powers exploded. When Macho Man and Hogan broke up.
What the hell is the name of that group?
Retribution.
Retribution, yeah. Are they going to disband totally, or are they going to carry on with a new leader?
I assume they're going to disband. I can't imagine anyone in their right. Well, it's WWE knows, but I can't imagine anyone wanting to continue that.
They just broke up the Hurt Business, so I mean, they don't make very good decisions.
True.
So.
Well,
I will say, SmackDown is a pretty good show. Like, it's pretty solid most of the way through. Raw, you get bad stuff on Raw. Like, I watched Raw and I was just waiting for it to be over. But I think Paul Heyman's writing SmackDown's what it feels like to me.
Yeah, I believe he is. I guess I think they'll probably repackage Ali and the other guys. I think will probably just come back.
Mia Yim, she was pretty big on
yeah, I think it was a
NXT.
detriment to be put in that group.
Oh, it was a huge detriment. I mean, she was totally. I mean, they put her in a mask, and it was just like this totally ruined her character.
That's got to be one of the biggest flops ever. That whole angle.
Oh my god, it was terrible.
I know Lexar was loving it, but
I did love whenever T-Bar was going away, and he yells out. He's just like, T-Bar! It's like, in what universe are you going to hear a man yell, T-Bar?
Songman, do you have a song about T-Bar?
Not really. Yeah.
I can
Come back, T-Bar!
That would be a good. Maybe you could get like a whole Retribution sleeve intro. Bar, space.
Well, Photoshop that out. Make me a whole sleeve of. But like, I cracked up so much because I watched it on Peacock. I watched the.
People said you could still watch it on the network. I went to watch a show on the network, and it specifically told me I couldn't watch it on the network anymore to log into Peacock.
Oh,
I don't know if it was just because I have Xfinity and Peacock's part of it. I don't know, but I couldn't watch it on the network.
I went to Peacock just because I thought, well, out with the old, in with the new.
Yeah, I didn't know if I was logged in on Peacock and I knew it was on the network and I was watching on Roku, the Roku for the TV. But anyway, Peacock worked well. It was clearer on Peacock than it was on the network, I think.
Oh, really? Okay.
I had no problems on the. I know you can't pause, I guess, or fast forward and rewind. It's like they don't have like the most basic things worked out. The sun can be till like September, but I don't really pause like live TV normally. Well, I do sometimes, but not like the network stuff, I guess.
I don't think I watched it live, so I think I just turned it on and I could pause it then. So when it's not live, I think you can.
Oh, okay.
Maybe you can't come in and say watch from the beginning. I think I heard something like that. Which
that's weird though. Like you think they have that's like the real basic stuff worked out. That's like on every other streaming site in the world.
I gotta go, guys. Have a good night.
Good night, Songman.
Good night, Songman.
We'll see you next week.
Not a night.
Night.
Luxor, we got a question for you.
Okay, let's hear it.
Why the hell did LA Knight lose his second match clean in the middle of the ring last week?
No, he did. That sucks.
I guess it's just WWE screwing people over again.
Who the hell is LA Knight?
LA Knight is Eli Drake.
Eli Drake.
He's just changed his name to LA.
Oh, that's like he's weird.
Yeah, I hope they don't want to just bury him because I think he's a very good talent for him to have. So I think he has huge potential. So
who will win between Roman Reigns, Daniel Bryan, and Edge at WrestleMania? I think Reigns keeps it.
I would say Reigns is going to keep it because what's Edge going to do? Come back and have a title reign? He's barely been there all year. He showed up for Royal Rumble. He's been showing up for the build to WrestleMania. He's not wrestling, so I don't think he's winning it like that.
I think Edge is gonna win, but I hear all over the internet there's like hate for Daniel Bryan all of a sudden.
What for?
Just because he wants to get in and win. So because he just puts himself in the match. It's just
turn on Daniel Bryan internet. Don't turn on Daniel Bryan internet. We used to love this man back in the days.
I'm still a fan.
I love it.
By the way, Stellar Stevens says he feels Hybrid 2 is underutilized. And Awful Things wants to know who else is excited about Sami Zayn and Owens. I've never seen that match before.
I like the build so far. I think that's been pretty freaking awesome. Was when Sammy was trying to get Kevin on his team, and Kevin kind of disagreed with him, and then Sammy just started having like this mental breakdown. He's like, "Clearly, you don't understand what we're doing here." And then he goes off camera and he comes in with the kick. I thought that was pretty awesome. Sammy's been great, man. Sammy's been so freaking entertaining.
I think he's the best heel in WWE.
Oh my God, he's so great.
The Flea wants to know who should get a new toy in the next AEW series. That's a good question. Britt Baker would be a good one.
Yeah, let's see.
Sting.
Yeah, Sting would be a good choice.
Maybe FTR.
Yeah. Let's get they got any managers? Maybe Jake.
I would like a Jake figure or a Tully.
Yeah. Tully figure.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Work some managers in there.
Yeah, then eventually get a coach. Yeah, maybe put a manager in each series of the next episode. Then you could do a Tully. Not all at once, probably, but like a Tully, Jake, and Arn eventually.
Yeah, just kind of sneak them in there.
Yeah.
And I think they would sell big because, I mean, people love those classic figures,
Oh, yeah, I do.
know?
Yeah.
But this is like a modern version of a classics.
Yeah. You could do a Tully in that crazy ring gear he's wearing.
Yeah. That would be good.
And also, I like it when they wear their jackets.
Mm-hmm.
You probably want to do a Christian at one point, too. But if you were thinking of guys that are there, maybe Scorpio Sky.
That was a phenomenal promo that MJF cut whenever they first banded together the group.
Honestly, probably a silver would be good for their fan base.
Mm-hmm.
A Brody Lee
John
would
Silver.
be nice too.
Yeah.
I would like to get the Brody Lee shirt. It's still available, I think.
Well, John Silver got hurt in his match with Darby Allin.
Yeah, it's too bad.
Yeah.
I think that you potentially have a star there. I mean, the crowd's really into him. It's too bad for all of wrestling and the whole world just all around without the crowds. But you can't. It's hard to gauge what's been really over without the crowd there. Flea wants to know, says, you guys should watch the New Japan show on Roku this week. It has Moxley versus Suzuki for the title on it.
Oh, I do like Suzuki.
He also wants to know thoughts on New Japan Pro Wrestling champ Ibushi doing away with the world and IC belts and making a brand new combined championship.
I do like a unification match. They used to do that some in Ring of Honor, and I always enjoyed that. So,
yeah,
sounds good.
Actually, it'd be cool if they did a double pack. It would be Jake with Lance Archer.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that would be cool.
Yeah. All right.
The Murder Hawk.
I don't like the Murder Hawk monster nickname, but I do like Lance Archer.
They're utilizing him more. They're kind of like having him.
Yeah, I like this kind of build to him and Sting is something.
Mm-hmm.
Any memories of these guys or matches? Bram.
This is Nikhil. Only Nikhil would start up questionings and be like, "Do you remember Bram's match?"
Yeah, but what's your favorite memory of Bram?
I think he was feuding with Nick Aldis. And they had a match. I kind of remember it. That is my favorite Bram match.
Is he the guy who beat Charlotte?
Yeah, I think he is.
That's all I know about him.
Yeah.
Mr. Anderson. That's one I actually do have a lot of memories of. I honestly thought he was going to be the next rock level guy when he came in. So much charisma, great on the mic. I think a good wrestler. To me, he really had it all. Never panned out to that level, but I always liked him.
Yeah, you think that was just he made somebody? It did seem like he made somebody mad.
Yeah, I think he said in interviews. I think it was Michaels Shawn Michaels.
Really?
I think Undertaker was a champion of his, and he told him to, try not to just rise above that. But it's probably hard when someone's
buddies with the main guy in charge.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Brodus Clay. I remember Incher was huge mark for Brodus Clay.
I like the Funkasaurus. Somebody called my mom. That was a shocking moment. I mean, I did not expect that at all, because like his character was just like this real tough guy, and then he comes out and he's dancing and stuff.
Yeah, what did they prove with that? That this probably wasn't smart, but he was over though. So it's weird. It's almost like they screwed themselves. They're like, let's do this. People won't expect it. Then it's like, oh, he's funny. We can't push funny. And so they just screwed themselves.
Yeah.
Why even do that? If you have no intention of ever pushing something that's just a comedy act, why even do it?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
They've done that a lot with things.
Cameron's still there. Not Cameron. It's Naomi. Cameron's gone. Cameron showed up in AEW for like one night.
Yeah.
And she's like, I'm here. And then like we've never seen her again. Don't know what happened there.
Were you a big Funkasaurus fan, Lexar?
I kind of like the Funkadactyls.
Oh yeah, I bet they were getting a little rise in the nether region.
Especially when their butts are touching each other's butts.
Oh yeah, yeah. You could get Alexa right in between them, hit both cheeks.
Yeah.
EC3. That's a guy that's really they've never capitalized. Boy, was he a bust in I won't say a bust. He was not even given a chance in WWE. I don't think anyone can even try to argue with me that they tried anything with him.
No, he did something wrong as soon as he came in. He rubbed somebody the wrong way, and
he didn't shake someone's hand.
Somebody didn't get their hand shake. That's what the deal is.
Booker T was like, he didn't shake my hand.
But EC3, I'm not a big fan of EC3. I mean, I know him, and I never really liked his matches that much. I mean,
I actually agree. I know it's kind of blasphemy to the In Your Head audience because they seem to think he's like the next Hulk Hogan or something. But besides the look, I've never seen a lot in them.
I liked his character at points, but like I just think his matches weren't very hot, and like.
And you have to be somewhat good today. You can't really just be an average wrestler and have a good look.
He was doing this thing in TNA where he was going to be, or Impact Wrestling, where he's going to be like this real serious guy, and this is his big and then it just went away. Like I guess he went away. I don't know. They just stopped paying him or something. I don't know.
Suicide. What were you saying, Lexar?
Now he's in Ring of Honor now.
Is he in Ring of Honor now?
Really?
Okay.
How about Suicide? I know Lexar was a big fan.
Suicide.
Suicide Come Alive. I always hated that gimmick.
I just always think of him as a wrestling video game character.
Right.
Like I don't think of the person who's inside of it. It's just a video game.
That's still around.
He was a creative character before you actually made the face of your character. So that was Suicide. And then they just made him into a real character on the show. So, that game was you don't hear that. The company that made the game isn't even around anymore. I think Warner Brothers owns that company. It was Midway that made the game, but it doesn't even exist.
Was that a good game?
I played it. I didn't hate it, but I don't remember liking it either. It was just. I hope AEW's game is good. I hope.
The controls are confusing though.
On the Impact game.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was kind of. I got the hang of it, but I just didn't. That didn't really do much for me. I do like that Retromania that's been out. I was kind of enjoying that. I'm liking it better than the night that I streamed it out on the on my YouTube channel thing. But it's pretty cool. Dave Meltzer's in it. A lot of video game personalities are in it as well, like people who talk about video games on the internet. But Jack, they didn't put us in it, so fuck those guys.
Fuck you guys! I'm going home.
I know they're gonna have freaking the Podfather there. Probably he'll probably have his face on there somewhere, and they'll be like, "Oh, it's the guy who bought his way into a podcast stardom.
Yeah,
He
I'll be
paid Tony
honest.
Schiavone and
I'll
paid
be-
JR and everybody else to be on a podcast with him. Now he's somebody."
And I'll be honest, I don't really know a lot about him, Conrad Thompson, besides that he does the shows. So I was watching because they're showing the Dark Sides of the Ring again with bonus material, and the bonus material is Conrad Thompson's doing like these little interviews between like the segments.
Mm-hmm.
Adds nothing to the show. They're not good.
Nothing.
No, they're so quick. They're like 10. They're like 20 seconds long. I don't understand it.
Yeah.
I'd watched the one. What was it about? Gino Hernandez, I think, and it would add nothing.
So hopefully, I can't wait for the new season of Dark Side of the Ring. So.
Yeah, me too. I'm a big fan of the show.
I heard Vice was in trouble financially, so I hope they don't go away. But I do enjoy the Dark Side of the Ring.
Yeah,
I thought that was an excellent show.
I want Dark Side of the Ring to move to A&E or the History Channel or something.
Well,
yeah, but it's not like I don't know if that would happen because like they produce it.
Yeah, they produce it. Like Vice is the people who bankroll that baby.
Hernandez. Any memories of Hernandez?
Oh yeah, he's Hernandez.
He's no Anarchia.
He was no Anarchia.
He's a guy I really did think would be bigger, though. It's like I think he was impressive, but then the more they showcased him, I think the more it showed that he wasn't.
I mean, LAX was just great for its time.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know why they didn't capitalize on that because that was such a money angle. Yeah, that was like one of those moments where Impact really could have became something, and they didn't.
Mm-hmm.
And then when they came back to like Impact and they had some new matches with the new LAX, which is Ortiz and Santana. Well, I just was reminded like how entertaining these guys were together, and it was just like, why don't they go with this? But they just like, they only had them there for a few matches, and then that was it. Those were some good matches with the new LAX and the old LAX. I really enjoyed that bit in Impact. So,
Kid Cash.
I love Kid Cash.
I do too.
Yeah. His ECW stuff, I remember when he first came out, I was just like, oh God, he's like a Kid Rock gimmick. But then his matches, he had some great stuff. I mean, I loved Kid Cash back then.
That's really a guy I think would have done well if he would have been in his prime right now, because he was a smaller guy. If he would have been an 8, I think he even would have done well in WWE now because he could be a smaller guy. But at the time, the size I think hurt him.
Very believable too with his promos. Like whenever he looked just like he had a lot of fire and like he really did want to like kick.
Because he was a guy who could really go in the ring, and he could go with the guys that are around today. But more charisma and talking ability than a lot of the guys today. So I think he could have been a big star if he was around right now.
Yeah. Last I seen him, he was on the Impact Classic show, like where they had like original Impact people come in and do a show.
Jesse Neal. The highlight of Jesse Neal was on In Your Head.
On In Your Head, yeah. I can't recall a match of Jesse Neal's that I thought was like good. I did like that he was in a team where both the guys had a mohawk. I thought that was
and tattoos.
That was it, but that was it. Yeah.
I think Lexar is a big Jesse Neal mark.
I'll give him
who it is.
I'll give him credit. When he first came in, he was a little pudgy, and then he did get himself in some pretty good shape. But okay, I'm sorry, Lexar. Go ahead.
I don't even know who he is.
There's a great segment when he calls In Your Head. You should go listen to that. It's on YouTube.
It's a great segment.
Shane Douglas. I can't say always. I wasn't a fan of Shane Douglas when he was like the dynamic dudes, but or in WWE the first run.
WCW was pretty bad.
Yeah. But ECW Shane his later stuff, but his ECW Shane Douglas I think is great.
Oh yeah, ECW Shane Douglas. That's what you need to watch. He was great in that. But like, I think anything else outside of ECW, he's never really shined.
Yeah,
You know?
I thought he was good in it. He did it before he went to ECW. He was in a tag team with Ricky Steamboat and WCW. It was short lived.
Okay.
It really didn't do a lot, but it was good.
I
But
was-
in ECW, he was really, I think, one of the most innovative guys as far as promos go. I think he really
Yeah.
changed promos in wrestling.
Yeah, for sure.
Think
Great
early Triple H stuff. Well, not early, when Triple H moved from Hunter Hearst Helmsley to Triple H. I think a lot of that was taken from Shane Douglas.
And I love him as a personality, like doing interviews or anything. Like I always love hearing a Shane Douglas
Yeah, I do
interview.
too.
But like his wrestling stuff, like I just remember the WCW stuff when he left ECW and he was just
Yeah, he
walking
was the
around with his
broken down
arm
guy.
and
Then his
a
Impact
cast.
stuff. I remember he had that Impact. I forget who, maybe it was Raven, and he just like puking in the ring, like he got so blown up. It was just kind of sad.
Yeah.
Dave Taylor, that's a guy you don't hear too much about anymore. Squire Dave Taylor. I always thought he
Yeah.
was really good.
Yeah.
Really just kind of an underrated journeyman guy. Fit Finley, big fan of Fit Finley.
Oh yeah. Love Fit Finley.
I think they could have done more when he came back with the Hornswoggle days. When Hornswoggle was, he was cool at the time when he was like the real evil.
Well, they needed somebody to work the show in the back, so that's what they made him into, a behind the scenes person who we're not supposed to know who he is when he comes out and breaks up a fight.
Erwin R. Shyster. I'll be honest, I always thought that gimmick was the shits. But Mike Rotundo, I always thought was a good wrestler.
Yeah. Why didn't his sons like pick up from that? I mean, they didn't rub off on either one of them, did it?
No, they're probably more charismatic. Well, the way Bray Wyatt's more charismatic, but not a good wrestler at all.
Yeah.
I've not really seen enough of Bo Dal. He might be fine, might be okay, but they didn't either of them look anything like him.
Yeah, they don't.
They're
They don't
really
look
his
much like
sons.
him. Yeah. Maybe they're really the milkman's son or something.
Shark Boy, your favorite memory of Shark Boy?
Probably New Jack and Shark Boy together.
Oh, that's pretty fun.
Yeah.
Shark Boy's always over, though. I'll give him that.
He did the Stone Cold gimmick in TNA.
That was fun.
I also like that he sued Robert Rodriguez and he got, because he made a movie about Shark Boy. He
got
made a bunch of money.
Set for life. But I think he's a guy you can never main event with Shark Boy, but I think he was a guy that was always good for the card. Just come out and get people, it's fun.
How pissed was Robert Rodriguez when he found out? Because like then he let like his kid write a movie, and then like it comes out like the wrestler Shark Boy soon. He's like, "There's a Shark Boy wrestler." It's like, damn it.
Maybe his kid stole it from. He was watching Impact. He's like,
maybe.
I'm not gonna write this, Daddy.
You think he was mad at his kid for costing him that much money?
Bastard. And allegedly. And last but not least, greatest memories of Nunzio.
I liked him as Little Guido.
I agree. Little Guido
Was awesome.
Really good wrestler. That's a really underrated guy.
Yeah.
Another guy probably would do better if he was around today. All right. Owl wants to know, which did you like best? ECW Simon Diamond, TNA Simon Diamond, or Irish Pat Kenny?
That's easy. ECW.
Yeah. And fucking definitely not Irish Pat Kenny.
You remember him coming out and he's like, I got my big dick. And like, there's a guy called Dick.
Yeah. I like that. Simon Says and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Anything after that was nothing. Tyler Stevens, does Jack know El Duce died? Who's El Duce?
You don't know about El Duce?
Wasn't he on like one of those morning shows that Lexar used to watch?
Well, he was on Jerry Springer.
Yeah.
Along with Guar. And he was telling, he was doing his whole thing. But he was the lead singer of the Matadors. And
I actually have the Blu-ray upstairs. I was sent a screener of. They just put out a documentary about him.
Well, Spoiler alert, Jack. He was killed by a train. So
Oh, really recently or
not
Wow.
recently. This has been long.
Yeah, but he probably fucking killed himself, or I mean, look at the guy. He had some issues. He either killed himself, unfortunately, or he was fucking messed up.
He also claimed that Courtney Love hired him to kill Kurt Cobain. So
Maybe
he also made those claims.
Tyler Stevens, has Lexar ever been Lexard?
Maybe by a stripper.
Really?
Yes.
A stripper that was packing a penis?
No, it's packing huge bazookas on her chest and rubbing you on your face.
Oh man, interesting to get jealous now.
I can't wait till strip clubs open so I could get a nice lap dance from a beautiful girl. And with that,
I guess has COVID killed the strip clubs? I think I don't know. Nighty night, Lexar.
Night, Lexar. You're a good man. Get the fuck out of here. No, I'm just kidding. You're good.
I'm gonna dream about strippers now.
All right. Change your underwear when you wake up. Wash some sheets.
Mm-hmm.
Awful Things says Paul London was underrated. I was never a Paul London fan, I have to say.
I thought
I like Kendrick. I never saw anything in Paul London.
Didn't Paul London have he was one of the first guys in ROH, and then he had some good stuff in there, but
I never watched that at the time. So.
Yeah, I don't really know either. I think that might have been a thing.
All right, we're gonna go over here back to the question. What is your favorite memory of the NWA TNA faction bitch slap? No, I have no idea what this is.
I can't remember that team bitch slap.
Tyler Stevens, which wrestlers had the best war cry? Tatanka.
It's hands down. That's an easy one.
Are there any WWE licensed candies? I have an idea for one. We're save it for next week when the Hetty first is back on here. But remind me of that intro. I have a really good idea for that.
I'll make sure to remind you. I do have to tinkle though.
Well, we're almost done.
Yeah, you say that, but
we already went through, what's his Sammy Callahan's questions. Nikhil Callahan.
Nikhil Callahan.
Tyler Stevens, who would
Oh, I lost you there for a second. What?
Who would be the toughest wrestler in a shoot fight?
Today's wrestlers?
Yes.
The second Sin Cara, it seemed like he'd fare pretty well, but that's been documented. He had several fights with people.
Brock Lesnar.
I'd say Baron Corbin, maybe just because of the Golden Gloves experience. I don't think there's many really.
Brock Lesnar.
Definitely Brock Lesnar because he's actually done it. But
doesn't Bobby Lashley's done UFC?
Yeah, Bobby Lashley's done it.
I'd probably whoop his ass.
Shelton probably be pretty tough. I bet Shelton Benjamin. Mm-hmm. I heard he was an amateur wrestler, so he can probably handle himself.
Yeah. Jungle Boy.
Jungle Boy. Oh yeah, he was raised with a silver spoon.
Jungle. Raised in the jungle by dinosaurs.
No, I don't think he was.
How different would the world be today if Peter Avalon became the NWA champion instead of siding with the AWA? So I heard David Marquez. He posts a lot of stuff on Facebook. He gets drunk and will make video stuff. But this one, I don't think he was drunk. And he's posting when he gave up the NWA, he stopped doing stuff with it. Because he tried to bring in, this was after Blue Demon was champion. So the next guy he tried to bring in was Finn Balor. was going to be the NWA champion. He was going to sign, but then WWE signed him, so they couldn't do that. So then the next guy he was going to bring in was the king of strong style, Shinzaki Nakamura.
Mhm.
Going to be the new NWA champion. WWE signed him. The next guy they were going to do was Peter Avalon as the NWA champion. And then he was like, I'm sorry, but this new company, AEW, offered me a contract. So then he's just like, screw it. But nothing against Peter Avalon.
Yeah.
Do you really think that would have been a good choice as your world champion, Peter Avalon?
Based on where he's at now, not
I think based
necessarily.
on anything.
I mean, I haven't really seen him wrestle much. Isn't he a PWG guy, Pro Wrestling Gorilla?
No.
I haven't really seen many of his matches. So.
Do you think he would have? Do you think he had the potential to be the next Harley Race or Ric Flair?
Oh well, no. I mean, I don't think so.
Who knows? Maybe you would. We'll never know. Tyler Stevens, can you sing the Honky Tonk Man theme song?
Well, he's got long sideburns and his hair slicked back. He's coming to your town in the pink Cadillac. He's the honky tonk man.
Honky Tonk Man.
He's a honky tonk man.
Honky Tonk Man.
He's cool. He's cocky. He's bad or something. Yeah.
Here's people are making fun of this, but I actually think he looks very good. This is a current picture of the Honky Tonk Man.
Okay. Yeah.
I think he looks good.
Looks like a Santa Claus or something, but
Yeah.
he's just doing his thing. I mean,
I think he looks good. Me
he-
personally, I think that's better than tying your hair pitch black when you're up there in the 60s and stuff. It's good.
Is he retired now or is
I'm
he?
pretty sure.
Yeah.
Like a grizzled man there. Looks pretty good, I think.
Doesn't look that bad. I mean, he looks just like a older gentleman. I mean, that's decided to grow a beard and have long hair. He's got more hair than me. I know that.
Yeah, I think he's a good looking man. Tyler Stevens, what wrestler had the best fitting theme song and entrance for the character they portrayed? The Sandman.
The Mountie.
The Mountie, what are you gonna say?
Let's see. Who's another one?
Well, I'm the Mountie. I'm handsome. I'm brave. I'm strong. I am the Mountie, and I enforce the law. You can try to run, but you can never hide because the Mountie always gets his man.
Demolition.
Here comes the axe, and here comes the smasher. Their demolition, walking disaster. Pain and destruction is our middle name.
There you go.
Man called Sting.
Man called Sting, yeah.
Both the Hogan themes, even though the original Hogan theme that people think was made for him was made for the U.S. Express. And I don't see a bunch of internet marks getting all their panties in a wad and bitching and crying and moaning, saying, oh my God, they're rewriting history. I'm boycotting the WWE and boycotting the network because I watch WrestleMania and Hulk Hogan doesn't come out to Eye of the Tiger. He's coming out to the song I think was written for him, and it wasn't. The original WrestleMania came out to Eye of the Tiger, and the U.S. Express came out to the song Hogan came out to, Real America.
Bam. They're not getting upset at all.
No.
Haven't heard anything about it.
Exactly. They've already been 1984, like fucking Winston rewriting history. All right. What's going on here? Who would enter become a professional rodeo clown to win Noelle Foley's love now that ZZ is out of the picture?
ZZ and Noelle was a thing at one time.
I don't know what's going on.
I don't know. I don't need Noelle Foley's love. I'm not worried
Look
about
like a real
that.
dope. Nothing personal, but she does not look smart.
Mhm.
Tyler Stevens.
Nothing personal, but she looks like an idiot.
Would Incher become a Oh, sorry. Alub, I see. I think he was like saying, now that ZZ is out, would you try to win the love of Noelle Foley?
No, I'm good.
Alub, are you happy that the trademark board has been deemed Sin Cara to be a living individual? Yeah. So WWE is trying to say they own Sin Cara, but they're saying that he's a living person. He owns a name.
The original guy or the
Yeah,
second
but I don't
guy?
think that's his name, is it? Doesn't Sin Cara mean
Nah, he used to be Mystico.
Either one's like an actual name of a man. It's not like he's Bill Stevens or something.
And Sin Cara means without a face.
Yeah. Very strange. But
So.
what the hell? Tyler Stevens. But why does WWE even want to own it? Like, come on. If the guy wants to use it, who cares? Tyler Stevens, if you could steal wrestlers' trademarks like the Honky Tonk Man, whose would you buy and why? John Cena and The Rock.
Bam. That'd be big money. Well, since you're taking them, I'll probably take like Hulk Hogan, Vince McMahon's.
Whoa, that's a good one. Damn, I didn't think about that.
You're paying me, Vince.
Do you think if someone owned Vince McMahon, to spite them, he would just change his name?
Probably. He wouldn't even.
Vince McMahon.
He's like, all right, let's change the name of our whole company.
Well, he's done that before. So
yeah.
Who is the biggest mark in the Headyverse? That's a good question.
Biggest mark in the Headyverse?
Maybe Songman.
Nah.
God rest his soul, but Jimmy Jam is definitely.
There's some people who called in who don't call in anymore that were pretty markish. Like they just.
There ain't no telling.
Mm-hmm.
Carol Crockett.
Yeah. Maybe Carol.
Tyler Stevens, where is Tazo?
Like, I define a mark as like I can't really talk about like behind the scenes stuff because they believe everything.
Right.
Yeah.
Where is Tazo? Probably, hopefully, like locked up so he doesn't hurt himself or anyone else.
Yeah, I really don't know.
That guy's done lost his mind. I used to think it was a gimmick, but I'm convinced now he's just batshit crazy.
He has convinced you, sir.
Swax is alive. I hope he doesn't know about Zoom. I don't know. But I hope he's doing well. Juju of the Bees, she's on the board. She just came back to Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
Sure, we'll get her on the show here at some point.
Yeah.
President Clinton.
He's around. He's been on the group page.
We'll get him on the show at some point. He thinks he's in hiding because he's been murdering so many people. Jason Minton. He's just in the militia. He's in the militia, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Joel from Portugal. Wow.
Oh, geez.
I don't know. I guess I hope he's all right, but I don't want to be mean, but I don't really care where he is. I don't miss him, Mike. I hope he's fine. I hope he's fine. I hope he's well. He's healthy, happy. I just don't need to know. All right. They need to be in the Zoom with the best thing going on the net. Can I get a hell bah?
Bah. Bah. How about that?
Pretty good. What's the freshest seafood you ever ate?
Oh, I probably haven't had any like that's fresh. Not like...
probably something my uncle caught. My uncle's a fisherman, and I've eaten things that we caught that day.
Unless Long John Silver's is getting a fresh batch of fish or something. I don't think I've had very fresh fish.
My brother once in Chinatown was served lobster that was still alive.
Oh, well, that's pretty fresh.
Yeah. That's really weird. Like they sort of grill the tail and leave the lobster alive.
Oh, really?
Until like it's moving. I don't know.
I wouldn't want that. That's morbid.
Tyler Stevens, when is the next Headyverse fan fiction? I think Intra thinks of the fan fiction like I'm thinking of Swax. And Joel from Portugal.
Yeah. Pretty much.
I hope it's doing well.
No, I hope it's not.
So when you think even less of
how many more? I gotta pee. You lied. You said we ain't got that many more.
I don't know. I just assumed there wasn't many more. Why did NWA get mad when TNA made Christian Cage champion without permission? How the fuck do we know?
I don't remember this. I don't know.
Who is the best TNA tag team of all time? America's Most Wanted.
There you go.
Give them the honors. Who is the scariest wrestler that you have ever met? That's a good question.
Probably Stevie Ray was scary because he seemed pretty mad at first, but we won him over.
Yeah, I'd say he's an intimidating man. Mm-hmm. Which wrestler had the best face paint? I always like Sting's Road Warriors.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say.
Muda's was good usually. Demolitions always look good too.
Yeah.
Oh, and I have to give Finn Balor when he does the demon stuff. It does look cool too.
Ultimate Warrior.
Which film is better, See No Evil or Santa Slay?
Santa Slay.
I'll say See No Evil is a better movie, but I probably have more fun watching Santa Slay. Can you introduce a new feature on the show where you randomly play a soundbite from an old episode? Yes, we can. But to make this a reality, you, Tyler Stevens, you, Owl, you, Jason Mitten, you, Dobbs, you out there, Gogo 13, whoever it is, you have to cut out the soundbite. You have to pinpoint the soundbite. Send us the clip. Send us the video. Send us whatever it is and the time cue, and we'll play it on the show. But I ain't going to go and look through all the history of the show. So if you want to hear us talk about an old clip, cool by me. Send us the clip. Email at iwatchwrestling@gmail.com or message me on Facebook. Who is the best wrestler active today? I think we answered this one.
Yeah, we already answered that.
Is Bret Hart bitter, or did Goldberg just kick him too hard? I don't find Bret Hart bitter. I know everyone just says this, but a lot of this stuff is people ask him the same questions, and then he answers them, and then people share, and they're like, why does he keep talking about this?
Yeah.
Like, what are they going to do? They ask him, and he's just going to, like, go silent and walk away. I mean,
that wouldn't be good.
Yeah. Thoughts on Perry Saturn?
Like Perry. Big Perry.
Who put the most butts in the seats?
Mick Foley.
I have to say the Hulkster.
Yeah, I just said that because
I got you.
The Shivani thing.
At first, I thought he said, who put moist butts in the seats?
Well, that's me.
Tyler Stevens. People piss themselves when they're listening to Incher.
I'm about to piss myself. Come on now.
There's only a couple more.
You fucking liar.
Shane McMahon or Vince McMahon? Who's the better wrestler?
Shane McMahon.
If you had to bunk with any wrestler in a Legends house type situation, who would it be and why?
Tony Atlas. Because I think he would have some funny stories and I'd get a kick out of Tony.
That's a good answer. Miss Hancock, so we can do the wild thing.
Wild thing. Burn, burn,
Tyler Stevens, who will be the first wrestler to go away to AEW, then come back to WWE? Maybe
I could
Jared.
see Christian coming back.
I could see, yeah, that's true.
I could see him just come crawling back.
Yeah.
Say, I don't care,
Jericho
Vince.
to go back after he retires and they put him in the Hall of Fame or something.
You can put a dot over my face.
Do it, Vince. I could see him being a kiss ass like some of them guys. Because he went back once already.
I'm trying to do Christian face.
What is the most offensive thing WWE has ever done? Blackface, necromancy. It wasn't really necromancy. It was incest, prostitution, Triple H marrying Stephanie at the drive-thru, steroid scandal, ring boy scandal, bearskin rug, pushing and pulling.
I would say the ring boy scandal.
Yeah. I mean, that wasn't like a thing on the show, but that's more offensive to the world. Would you sumo wrestle John Tenta? Well, I'd probably beat him now. He's dead.
Yeah, I don't think I want
to. Literally, there's 3 more questions. Who's the best guitar player in wrestling history? Honky Tonk Man, Jeff Jarrett, The Rock, Stone Cold, Elias, or Man Mountain Rock? Man Mountain Rock.
Yeah, I'll probably say that too.
And then Elias.
I think second's probably Honky Tonk Man.
He didn't really play it.
He played that guitar.
Thoughts on Impact moving to Thursday nights, and what will be Intra's new excuse for not watching it? That was cute.
People wanted me not to like. Nobody cared that I did it. Now people want me to watch it. What's the deal, people?
Now, see, that was a cute one, though. It wasn't like mean spirit or anything. That was a cute one.
I mean, what? I mean, it seems like they don't want me to watch it when I was watching it. And now it's like they want me to watch it. I don't know what the deal is.
Getting chilly.
All right. Thoughts on them moving? I think that's great. I probably won't ever watch them at Thursday.
I won't watch. I'll be doing without your head.
If I watch them, it's going to be on the replay on the network thing that they got.
Yeah, if I ever did, it would probably be on DVR or something too. Owl. I don't know what this is. Was told by Tyson Tomko. This is the last question. Was told by Tyson Tomko to go to the safe and give him all the oxycodone, 50 milligrams and 30 milligrams he had. Tyson Tomko also stated, "Do not make me hurt you."
Guys, we knew about this. Come on. I was trying to be nice to the guy when we brought him up.
I was the one who brought him up. I want to help the man out.
I know, but like they're bringing up the thing from his past.
Yeah,
you know?
I honestly, I think people deserve second chances.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think someone who's had drug problems, that should be the end of them.
Yeah.
Give this guy a second chance. Let's help him out. We'll put him in movies as our fake Batista.
Exactly. That's all we want him for.
All right. So there we go. That was good.
Mm-hmm.
LT.
I've seen comments in the chat room. I just didn't want to bring that up,
Incher is the king of all the marks.
Thank you, sir.
Incher is the Voodoo Kid Mafia.
Yeah, thank you for that, I guess.
Oh, this is true. Oberstar says Spec Son is a mark. That's true. He's a pretty big mark. Is Miss Destiny still with us?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I'm sure she's still around.
I haven't talked to her for a while. I heard she's getting up the wazoo from a man with one leg.
Oh my goodness.
You got to admit
the one-legged man, Jack.
I mean, what the hell? He's got one leg, but he's doing it in the naughty hole to Miss Destiny.
There you go.
Do you think he does it that way so he doesn't have to I'm sure if you're looking at her face,
I don't know.
You got to hear about the
I gotta go.
All right. Well, we'll thank everyone for watching. Everyone in the chat. We'll see you guys next week. Subscribe, hit the bell icon, get notifications, follow us on Twitter, even though I don't ever tweet. and join the In Your Head group on Facebook. Also join the message board. We're all going to try to get
Bring
more
it back.
again.
Bring it
back.
back.
Hashtag bring back the board. Gogo
All,
be in heaven. He loves the board.
all for Siki.
Seeky freaky. All right, let's get out of here and go play with our hickory sticks. Until next week, goodbye.